Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. Shake it, but keep pointing out all the lies. Putting the scripture right in your eyes. The Bible guy. He reads Hebrew and Greek and shows you that your book's not unique. The Bible guy. He turns through the pages until every Christian rages. The Bible guy. Watch one time and you're hooked. Now let's watch why the Christians get cooked. The Bible guy.
Howdy, howdy, folks. Bible Guy here, coming live to you from Northeast Texas. Today's topics is, like, again, the smorgasbord of topics. It's, well, dealer's choice, honestly. And also, after the live today at around 7 p.m., actually at exactly 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, we have another video. Hi, Lou. Good to see you. We have a video coming out where I thought I'd do something different. It's similar to something I've done before, but basically, I will be like responding live to a video that someone made about me, where someone has exposed the Bible guy. You guys are in for a treat with this one. He's a real. Anyways, so be looking forward to that at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. So we'll probably end around 6 p.m. So I'll give you guys an hour before the video comes out. Yeah, he said Dalton's been exposed, and I said, have you been putting out pictures of my PP out there on the internet without my permission? Not good. But no, apparently that's not what they meant. You know, it is what it is, because you can't get that for free, everyone. How's your daughter's birthday going? Lou, it's your daughter's birthday? Well, happy birthday to her. Tell her I said good eye, mate. Let's see, but we have our first guest for the day, Chaos Edits. Chaos Edits, I'm going to ask you 2 preliminary questions, and then we can get to the conversation. Question number 1, are you at least 18 years old?
Yes.
Question number 2, what pronouns do you go by?
He.
All right, are you a Christian or atheist?
I'm a Christian.
All right, I'm Dalton the Bible Guy. Today's topic is to convince me of any one of the 6 propositions that you would like to defend.
Oh, okay.
So which one would you like to talk about?
I guess we can talk about the why should I be a Christian? Is that referring to you?
Yeah, why should I be a Christian?
Okay. So I think you should be a Christian personally.
Okay, why?
Because I think that the were you ever a Christian?
Yes, I was.
Oh, you were. So you already were a Christian then?
Yep.
So then you already knew why you should be a Christian before, so you don't really need to talk about the topic.
I mean, I can't think of any good reason why I should be a Christian.
Well, you were before, so you had a good reason at one point.
No, I didn't. I thought I had a good reason. Turns out I didn't have good reasons.
Well, why were you a Christian?
Because I was raised that way, and because I had heard really bad apologetics and was not thinking critically about those apologetics. But do you have any good reasons why I should?
Well, maybe the reasons that I have are the same, but I was gonna say that what I guess do you not like the Christian community?
No, I don't.
You hate them?
I don't hate them. They're just really nasty people.
Why is that?
Well, most of the time when I talk to Christians on TikTok, I usually get told that I'm fat, or they slur. They say really nasty, harmful things to people. They're really just mean assholes, most of them. Not all of them,
serious?
but most of them. Most of them that come up here, yeah.
And
even if I really liked the Christian community, it wouldn't be a good reason to be a Christian.
You don't think so?
No, the only good reason to be a Christian was if Christianity was true.
Oh, that'd be the only reason?
Yeah.
For you, at least.
Yeah, I only want to believe things that are, like, true.
Okay, what do you believe right now that's true?
Not Christianity. I believe in lots of things, but anything which is demonstrable. Do you have any
Like,
do you have any positive arguments for Christianity?
positive, like you mean like I don't know.
As in arguments that prove that Christianity is true, not arguments against other people's belief systems.
Well, I guess the problem with that statement is that I guess there's a lot of different types of Christians everywhere. So I guess that I would be more of arguing like, I guess one time, you know what I mean? Like there's a bunch of denominations and
Yeah, just convince me that
Christians
your
argue
Christianity
among
is true.
Christians.
I know. Convince me that your Christianity is true.
Okay. Well, do you believe that any parts of the Bible are true?
A few nuggets here and there.
Like what parts do you believe are true?
Like there was probably a King David. The Jewish people were carried into exile into Babylon. Jesus of Nazareth probably existed and was crucified. Not very much else.
Okay. And then what is the problem for you with, you know, that of Jesus, like the Jesus of Nazareth or whatever? You believe that was just a dude that got crucified?
Yeah, I don't see any good reason to think he's the Messiah.
So, what reason do you think he was crucified?
We don't know. I mean, for a crime against
You
the
don't
Roman
know?
Empire.
I asked you what you
generally,
think.
people get crucified by the Romans for breaking one law or another. If Jesus was claiming to be the Messiah, that would be treason because Messiahs are kings, and claiming to be a king while there's a procurator ruling over a region that's annexed to Rome, a province of Rome, would be a crime. So that could be one reason why he got crucified.
Okay. But you don't believe, like, I know a lot of people don't believe the witnesses and blah blah blah.
Were you on Mezzo and Joel's live earlier?
Yeah, I'm on a bunch of lives all the time.
Glitter says this guest bored Mezzo and Joel to tears today. Please don't bore me to tears. Like, surely you've got an argument for your position.
Well, typically it's not that I bored them to tears. They got upset because I made a joke and I was in a bad mood this morning and they got mad about the joke. What I said was that not to step on some rocks because they might be stepping on their grandpa because they believe that it rained on rocks and they came from rocks and they got all upset saying,
no, it
wasn't rocks. It was.
But no, they don't. They're not Christians. They don't believe they came from rocks. Christians think that they came from rocks.
No, I was just making a joke, but it's fine.
But why would you?
The joke went over their head.
Wait a minute. Hey, buddy.
We understood your joke,
No,
Chaos.
you didn't understand the joke.
We understood the joke. The thing is, it's just like rhetoric. It's not as much a joke as it's rhetoric. To say like, oh, people pissed on rocks and then, wait, hold on. What was it? It rained on rocks and then people were made. Like, that's just like dumb Christian rhetoric.
Yeah.
So it's really.
So we were trying to like help you because we really wanted to like walk you through some science stuff, which again,
It was a joke.
Huh?
It was a simplified joke, and you got upset.
No,
I
get that. I get that you
don't. It was overly
mean it.
Simplified of what you believe caused life.
Right. That's rhetoric. That's dismissive rhetoric.
Also, Chaos, you do realize that neither Joel nor me believe we came from rocks, but you definitely do believe that if you believe in the Book of Genesis. Like, this is kind of like you're really just projecting, bud.
Ironic.
You believe that a man was made from dirt, no?
I believe that that the only non-life that produced life.
Do you believe in Genesis 2:7 when it says that Yahweh formed the man from the dust of the earth and breathed into his nostrils and the man became a living being? Do you believe this?
I believe that.
Then
obviously.
You're the one who believes that people were made from the earth, not
okay.
We don't believe
let's talk
that.
about what you believe then. So
Why?
you believe that it rained and chemicals happened and non-life, non-DNA that wasn't set in any way just happened to form
DNA, no.
and then created.
Probably not DNA.
Oh.
DNA is a bit too complicated. That probably
not.
happened
Yeah, it's a bit
down.
too
That probably
complicated.
happened down the line. Something a bit more simple than DNA
Yeah.
was probably formed. But here's the thing, bud. Until you can prove that the supernatural exists, then the only thing it's not the supernatural isn't even on the table as an option for what could possibly be the origin of life. We do have evidence, direct evidence, that nature exists. We don't have any evidence of the supernature. So until you can prove the supernature, the only thing that could possibly be the origin of life is going to be a naturalistic explanation. And therefore,
just like the naturalistic like explanation that you came from nothing, right?
no, I don't believe we came from nothing. That's also a straw man. You believe we came from nothing. I don't think that's true.
No, I believe that we came from a supernatural being that we can't fit into our human
Wait-
brain. You
wait a
believe
minute,
that we
wait a
came
minute,
from nothing.
Wait a minute. You don't believe in creation ex nihilo, that God created the universe from nothing? You think that God like created the universe from his own like self? He reached into himself and so we're all made out of God bits?
Didn't he say that he made human in the image of him?
In the image, not out of his essence,
Okay.
or out of his
What's
being.
what's an well, the what,
Image
I don't
just
understand
image
what
just means that one thing looks like another thing, not that they were made out of the same thing. Like if I make a if I
Gotcha.
make
So
if
him
I make
breathing.
if I
Wait,
make a,
him
if,
breathing
if I
in
if
with
I
his,
make a if I make a bust
hold on. He breathed his
if I
breath,
if
right?
I
So
make a
that's not.
if I make a bust out of Joel, that bust is made in the image of Joel, but it's not made out of Joel.
Okay, but if you if you breathe into, hold on. You just told me he breathed into him, right?
Sure.
Is that part of God or not?
Sure.
Okay, cool. So
What was,
argument over.
what was Adam's body made out of? Dirt. What was
Adam's body, yeah,
and,
but
what was that dirt made out of?
the dirt was made out of whatever God made it out of. I don't know.
Which is
It doesn't tell me what he made it out of.
he made it out of nothing, right? Because you believe in creation ex nihilo. So how about you stop projecting your personal beliefs onto atheists, and instead of assuming,
I'm just telling you what you believe.
But you're
It's
wrong.
not my fault that you're.
But you're wrong. I don't believe in something from nothing. I think that matter and the universe and nature has always existed. So I don't think that there's something from nothing. I think that
argument has
something from nothing silly.
Fallen down on itself more times than not.
Really? Could you give me an argument for there being a definite beginning to the universe?
Dude, I'm sure there's a lot of people that could give you an argument.
No,
for
I'm asking.
there
No,
being
I'm asking. I'm asking for you to give me an argument for the beginning of the universe. Otherwise, I'm not going to believe it.
Expansion of energy.
Expansion of energy. How?
Yeah, from a condensed state.
That's matter.
Matter
wasn't a condensed state.
No, we have science says that there was a condensed state of energy.
Of matter.
Expanded, quote unquote, Big Bang.
Sure, but
and this matter. What does matter to you? What does matter to you?
Particles and subatomic particles. What before the expansion?
What's the absence of matter?
I don't think there is such a thing as the absence of matter, but where
like dark matter
before the no, I need to keep you on track. Before the expansion, what happened?
That's what atheists don't know.
No, you don't know.
Nobody knows.
No, you guys say that you don't know. That's your answer.
And you also don't know. You just make a claim that you know, but you don't have any good reason to think that you know what you know. So
my claim makes a lot more sense than your claim.
No, it doesn't. Your claim is magic and a god. You can't dim it, but you can't prove
magic.
Yes, you can't prove the supernatural. So until you can prove the supernatural exists, no, your answer doesn't make more sense.
That's kind of a stupid idea, though, right?
Yeah, I agree. Magic is. I agree. Magic. I agree. Magic is a stupid idea. So we shouldn't believe in it. Now, you need to prove the supernatural exists before I can accept it. Before it's even close to being on the table as an option for anything. Otherwise, since you can't get something from nothing, and there is currently something, my conclusion is that just simply always was something. The universe is eternal. You would need to give me a positive argument for there being a beginning, other than an argument from ignorance.
Okay, so I see what you're saying, but Isn't the claim proving something supernatural kind of stupid?
I agree. It is stupid. I mean, I agree it's stupid for you to believe in the supernatural, but no, if you believe in something that
How would you go about proving that?
Okay, I don't know. That's your job to figure out. It's not my job. You're the one who believes in the supernatural. It's your claim.
No, I'm just
Therefore,
asking you.
doesn't matter. I don't have an answer for you. It's your job to figure that out, bud. Not mine.
Yeah, if there's no
Okay,
if there's
cool.
no
So how does a
evidence
2D plane prove a 3D?
What were you saying, Joel?
chaos, if there's no evidence for the thing that you're like positing here, then you have a hypothesis. That's all it is. You have the God hypothesis at the beginning of the universe. And then we have the continual existence of the universe hypothesis. I have the wet box hypothesis. We all have hypotheses, and we don't really know which one is right now. We have to look for evidence. And just because you don't have any evidence, that doesn't make our claims dumb. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. So, do you have any
So
actual
you don't
evidence
think
for
your
there being a
claims are
beginning?
just as dumb as mine?
No, ours is the default position.
So your
Yeah,
default
so what we do
position
have,
is
Chaos, let me just say
infinite.
this real quick. Let me say this real
Okay.
quick. What we do have is the stuff. Like we have the universe and we have natural processes. We do see that. This is here and now. This is factual. And so we're just saying that just keeps going back. That's all we're saying, which is we have the thing now, makes sense if it keeps going back. We know it goes back. Like I know it goes back at like mid to mid to late 20s years, as long as I've been alive, right? And then there's people older than me that it goes back further. But at like the beginning and then the God thing, we don't have evidence for that. But we do know that we're here now. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
So do you have any evidence, or because we have evidence for the natural processes going back?
I get you have evidence for the processes going back, but you don't have evidence the universe was always infinite.
But that's the default position.
Okay, so then every random arrangement of matter must eventually occur. So
Maybe.
So
maybe
that's a model.
You just said maybe.
Well, look, this is what we know, Chaos. Is we know.
Tell me what you know.
We know we're here right now. And we know that we came from prior causes because we see, like I've experienced the prior causes that brought me to this place. So I know that my lived experience, I know that. And we know that keeps going back. You're the one that's positing that it stops at some point. It stops going back. You'd have to give us evidence for that. Right now, we know that it keeps going back. We don't know if it stops or not, but there's no evidence that it has to stop. Right? Do you get what I'm saying? We have the processes. We live them.
Until you can prove that something does exist, I'm not inclined to believe it does exist. I know that matter does exist. I have evidence for that. There being a beginning to the universe, I would need evidence of that in order to believe in it. Otherwise, the default position is that it just always existed.
I just think that's a crazy claim. The universe always existed.
More crazy than magic?
Yeah, because the reason why is because
prove that the supernatural exists. I can prove
you
nature
can't even
exists.
prove that the infinite universe exists.
I can. Watch, look. This right here. That
doesn't prove it was infinite.
That's natural. I can prove nature. I can prove that nature exists. Can you prove that the supernature exists?
The supernature controls nature, and then how you prove it exists?
Well, prove that the supernature controls nature.
That's a stupid claim.
Like, no, I'm not making. I didn't make a claim. I asked a question. That wasn't a claim. You're the one making the claim.
There's no question. Sorry.
This is the thing, though, Chaos, is like every time something happens, and even if sometimes we're like, "What just happened there? Let's figure it out." We find a natural explanation.
So, like Joel
to those
beating
things.
up the bread, like there's an infinite version of him doing that, where he's the bread.
Maybe.
Who knows? That
maybe
you're just like taking one model or one theory or hypothesis, and you're treating us like we both believe it. I don't know that I believe in infinite universes necessarily.
Yeah, I'm not convinced that there are other universes. I'm only convinced that this one exists, and perhaps it goes back infinitely into the past.
Okay, cool. So you're not really sure what you believe.
Yeah, unlike
you're
you,
just grasping onto what things
unlike you, Chaos. when my knowledge set reaches its limit, I don't make up an answer. I just say I don't know. You, however, when you reach an area where you don't know something, you just make up an answer. You'll just say God. I'm not willing to do that. I'm more honest about what I do know and what I don't know.
No, you did it at one point, so
no, I
don't
didn't.
know.
I've only ever said the only thing I've ever said was that you can't get something from nothing. Would you agree with that premise?
Sorry. I said that you used to say there was a God.
Well,
when you
yeah,
were
it's because
Christian.
I was gullible, and
So,
then I
so
learned
you
how.
might do
I
that
learned,
again.
Well, only if I'm given evidence, but it seems like you
I
have
don't
that.
know.
It seems like you don't have any evidence. It seems like you're just here to waste my time. Is that what's
We
going on
get
here?
there via indoctrination, chaos.
Actually, your entire life is a waste of other people's time.
Why are you here then? You're self-admittedly wasting your time?
No, I'm self-admittedly telling you that you are purposely making claims that you know can't be proven, just like you can't.
Wait. What claim have I made that can't be proven? Name one claim that I've made that can't be proven.
Infinite universe.
I've said I don't know, and that unless you can actually, my position is just the default position. Like it's just the I don't believe your claim. I don't believe
God is good.
You want to move to topic number 6 now? Do you think God is good?
These are the topics you left on the screen.
Chaos, do you think
they are?
Yeah.
Chaos,
It is a literal 6. I didn't even notice that.
yeah.
Okay.
You left the topic.
Chaos, do you think God is good?
Yes.
Why?
Because I think God is good because God it has a divine plan for everyone, and that He gave us the option to.
Adolf Hitler had a plan for the Jews. Just because someone has a plan doesn't mean that they're good. What makes you think that God is good?
Interrupt me or not?
You're just telling me the God has a plan.
Hitler didn't invite people to go into heaven even though they failed.
Well, no,
and also Adolf Hitler.
Well, also that's also not fair because I don't have a choice. It's not like I have a choice in the matter of whether or not I'm going to heaven or not. Not really.
Why don't you have a choice?
Because in order to go to heaven, I have to believe in Jesus, right?
Yeah.
Beliefs
why don't you have a choice?
Beliefs aren't choices. You're either convinced that something is true, in which case you'll believe, or you're not convinced, in which case you won't believe. And until I'm convinced, I have no choice but to not believe. In other words, that for whatever reason, just because either God's too fucking lazy to present himself to me, or he just has really bad soldiers working for him who cannot give good arguments. Either way, I'm not convinced, and therefore I can't believe. Therefore, I'll just end up in hell for something I had no choice over.
So you don't think you have a choice?
I don't. I can't choose what I can't. I don't know about you, but I
don't.
So
you think it's impossible for you?
I didn't say it was impossible. Just like I can't choose to believe. I could be convinced. Maybe I could be convinced based on good reason. In which case, if I'm convinced, I would believe. In which case, then I get to go to heaven. But if I'm not convinced, then I can't do anything.
Fair,
about
right?
it.
This is fair. What you're saying is fair, right? But the limitations you're setting for yourself.
No, it's I can't think of a.
You have something that someone has to tell you.
No, someone needs to convince me.
Okay, you have something that someone needs to convince you.
Yeah.
That's a limitation you set upon yourself.
I can't wait. Do you think I have the magical ability to like flip a switch in my brain and just start believing things with no good reason?
No, I think that you set a limitation of, okay, if someone proved this, then I would believe.
That's how belief works.
Okay, so why do you think that...
Can you name me one belief that doesn't function that way? One belief that you can just choose to believe without being convinced?
I don't understand what you're trying to say. Why would I choose not to believe the Big Bang Theory?
You don't choose. You're either convinced or you're not convinced of the Big Bang Theory.
No, why would I not be convinced?
Maybe because someone hasn't explained it to you, or or it could be that you're just so indoctrinated that you're obstinate and you're actually not interested in actually taking in new information. Or you're just ignorant, and therefore you're not convinced.
I do take in the information all the time, but why would I not be convinced?
Then why aren't you convinced of the Big Bang Theory? Because there's evidence for it. I mean, I think it's because you have religious beliefs that keep you from believing in true things. You believe that?
Chaos.
Yeah, Joel?
Chaos does really weird burden shifting.
Yeah.
He like burden shifts his opinion onto you. Why would I have that opinion? It's like, how are we supposed to answer that question, Chaos?
Right.
That's an insane
You give me
burden
questions
shift.
of how am I supposed to answer those?
We're
So I'm just
asking
doing
you
the same thing
your
back to you.
perspective, not why we hold perspectives.
Yes.
Why would we answer that?
Can you name me one belief that could possibly be chosen without being convinced?
I guess. Chosen without being convinced.
Yeah.
It's hard to say, but I'm sure there's one.
You could prove me wrong right now that beliefs can be chosen if what you do is this. You have to turn your camera on. You have to believe that there is a chair underneath you when there isn't a chair, and sit down and lean back into the chair that's not there. Just believe it's there. If you can do that, then I can believe that you can just choose your beliefs.
So turn my camera on and believe the chair's not there?
Yeah, no, believe the chair is there even though it's not there. And just like lean back and relax in your chair that you think is there.
Oh. So I kind of see what you're saying, I
But
guess.
he's still gonna fall down. But when your ass hits the floor, you still have to believe you sat in the chair.
Yeah.
And then lay on the floor, but believe you're sitting in the chair. Against all the evidence that you're experiencing.
so like I'm on the floor, but
well, you'll fall down because there's no chair there, right?
But you have to believe there's a chair, even though there is no chair.
You have to believe.
Okay, like I guess something
turn your
that you
camera
can
on and
believe
fall
is
down,
like
please.
Could you take a pile of shit in a pudding cup and believe it's chocolate pudding and then just eat it for us? Like, you just have to believe. You can choose beliefs. If you can choose your beliefs, then you should be able to choose to believe that the shit is chocolate pudding and eat it.
Okay, so I don't know, honestly. I think you can, but sure.
No, prove it. Prove it.
I don't have a pile that big right now, but
like Chaos, just think about like you're a kid, you're sitting there, your mom gives you a plate of boiled spinach. Like the worst way to eat spinach. Just wet boiled spinach. And you go, this is horrible. I don't want to eat this. And she's like, go ahead. And you're like, I'm going to fucking choke it down. This is the worst. And she goes, well, just choose to believe it's a piece of cake. Could you choose to believe it's a piece of cake and feel the cake in your mouth, feel the icing in your mouth, taste the sweet sugar? Or would you always know it's spinach because of all the evidence presented towards you, which is the big plate of wet spinach?
I guess if you knew, yeah, I don't know. Honestly,
I think the answer is obvious, is that you don't choose.
I guess you have to know what spinach is, and you have to know what cake is. Here's
the problem. You can't choose. That's the problem. You can't choose what it is you believe. You're either convinced that something is true, in which case you will just automatically believe, or you're not convinced, in which case you can't believe. And because I'm not convinced, because Christians give bad argument after bad argument, I'm not convinced that Christianity is true. Therefore, I can't believe it. I have no choice in the matter. So, according to your religion, I'm going to burn in hell forever for something I had zero choice in the matter of.
Well, it sounds like you chose to leave it.
No, I didn't.
No, Christianity is shit, and we can't believe it's pudding.
When I was
you chose to leave it. Joel had the same problem. It took him forever to leave.
John Cohen, I can thank you for this, by the way. Anyways, no, like the reason I left Christianity was because I became convinced that it was false and unconvinced that it was true, and I had
convinced in what means?
I was presented with evidence, and as a result of that evidence, I was forced to change my mind.
You're forced, or you just gave up? You didn't feel like defending it?
I tried to defend it. Didn't work. The arguments were too good.
They were too good. You just gave up.
No, I didn't. Okay. Here, let me say it really slowly for you because you seem to have a hard time taking in information. I did not just give up. I tried to defend my beliefs. It just didn't work.
Okay, cool. It didn't work. So you presented with the evidence. You tried to defend it. The defense didn't work.
Chaos. We've been going on for 27 minutes. Either give me a positive proof for the validity of Christianity, or I'm moving on.
Has anyone ever done that?
No.
No. What's your point?
Are you just admitting you can't do it? Here, I'll give you one last chance.
I asked you a question.
No. You either give the evidence for Christianity right now and no more stalling, because that's all you've been doing this whole conversation is stalling, and you are incredibly boring. Or I'll just drop you and I'll move on to someone who is willing to make a positive case for their belief.
Okay, what about the evidence we have for Jesus existing?
I already believe Jesus existed. So that's
okay. So do you think that that's not evidence for you? That's not enough evidence for you that the Bible is true?
No, because what about the supernatural claims?
I mean, isn't there I can't remember. Isn't there writings about some type of, well, I don't know. It's hard to say. What supernatural claims do you want to talk about?
The resurrection.
The resurrection. Okay.
I believe Jesus died. Everyone dies. I've never had a single been given proof of anyone who's brain dead coming back to life. So what positive proof or evidence, evidence, not proof, evidence do you have that Jesus isn't a big heckin' dead boy?
Have we found any bodies of Jesus?
It's been 2,000 years. What do you think a body of Jesus would look like?
I don't know. Isn't there other bodies we found of other big names? Possibly.
No, mummies. But mummification wasn't practiced in Judea in the 1st century CE. So what would Jesus's body look like after 2,000 years?
Also, Jesus is like a popular character in this myth, but he wasn't like Alexander the Great. Like, he wasn't a big person in actual history. He was kind of just like a low-level teacher thing that became popular posthumously.
I'll tell you this.
Popular is an understatement.
It would be bones. Jesus would be bones. And can you tell the difference between one skull and another? Can you identify a person by their skull?
I think if it had a crown of thorns and nails in its hand, I think you could.
But Jesus wasn't buried with his crown of thorns and the nails, even in the Gospels. Why would they keep that? Okay,
but wouldn't those marks be there?
Why? No, because that's in his flesh. It wouldn't be in his bones.
How deep do you think those things were? How are you
crown of thorns? Crown of thorns? We have no idea. As far as you know, they could just be nettle, and it didn't even like penetrate very deeply into his skin. So,
and then, as far as you know, it could have went and scratched his bones.
This is not an argument for
scratch his bones.
This is not an argument for anything, Chaos. All you're telling me
this is an argument.
It's not. All you're saying is it could have been something. Not it was something, and here's the evidence of it.
They did actually find Adam's bones. They're missing one rib. It's interesting. He's got an uneven amount of ribs. It's incredible.
I will also tell you this. Not too long ago, a tomb was discovered in Jerusalem, and it was called the Talpiot tomb. In that tomb was found a few different ossuaries. Ossuaries are bone boxes. Jewish people in the 1st century would bury their dead, and once they decomposed, they would put their bones in a bone box. And one of those bone boxes had a name on it. Jesus, the son of Joseph. Now, was it the Jesus, the son of Joseph in the Gospels? I don't know. But it dates from the 1st century CE. It got the name Jesus, son of Joseph on it. There were bones in it. So maybe that's the body of Jesus. I don't know. I would need good positive evidence, though, that he's not dead. And just saying, where are the bones? Where's the body? Like, for example, Apollonius of Tyana, resurrection stories about him exist. Where's his body? Chaos.
I'm not sure.
1 second, I just Googled this Jesus box thing, and it turns out there was a partial penis in there, completely unused. So it probably was Jesus of Nazareth.
That bone that's in his penis was preserved 100%. Jesus had a huge bone.
Completely unused. Still in the box, but not in a fun way.
Although, I'll get to that in a second. Anyways, Chaos, do you have any good reason for us to think he's not dead? Because the argument you gave for me, I could use just for
Weren't there witnesses?
No.
Weren't there witnesses or writings or Paul's writings or any writings from anyone?
We have no writings of witnesses to the resurrection. None. Not even one.
Claims you or claimed everyone?
I'm making that claim. Can you provide...
You're making that claim?
Yeah.
Based on what evidence?
Based on the evidence that no one has ever presented to me with an eyewitness account of Jesus. Not one.
I'm curious to what evidence that they showed you where you're like, oh no, God's not real. Like, I give up on trying to defend this. I'm switching to
now you're talking about
now.
God. Now you're talking about God not being real.
Okay, sorry, Jesus. Sorry, my bad.
Stay on topic. No one has ever presented anyone, including me, with a eyewitness account of the resurrection. Do you have an eyewitness account to the resurrection?
No, I don't.
Then why'd you bring it up?
I was just wondering.
Are we just making up things now and hoping that the evidence is out there for the thing we're making up?
No, it's not making up if I'm asking a question. I asked you a question. How's that making anything up?
Asking me questions is not providing positive evidence for your belief. So anyways, I've given you, I think, more than enough chances, but you've given me absolutely fucking nothing and wasted our time. The only waste here.
I did not waste your time.
You did. Well,
I am helping you give viewers.
Actually, no, because I've made about probably $15 off this conversation.
Okay,
so,
there you go.
So
I'll
give you
wasting
that.
your time.
Next time, come back with an actual argument for your position, though, bud.
I'll be back in 5 minutes.
Anyways,
in 5 minutes.
But anyways, they did find another bone box in that same tomb with a person named Yehuda bar Yeshua, Judah, the son of Jesus. So,
maybe Jesus was fucking.
If this is the bone box of Jesus, then Jesus got freaky with the probably the woman in the tomb named Mary Amne, and then they had a son named Judah.
And they named him Judah? I thought you said Judas, and I was going to be like, well, that's irony.
Well, Judas.
Or is it irony?
It's actually Judas is actually just a Greek form of the name Judah. So in Hebrew, the name would be Yehuda or Yuda in Aramaic, and then to make it Greek, in Greek you have to add like an S sound to the end of masculine names. So Yuda becomes Judas, and then Judas.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So if you read the Torah in Greek, every time it mentions Judah, it says his name is Judas. Yeah.
Huh. I wonder if there's some sort of like if it was invented, like if the character of Judas was invented. I wonder if
I actually think it could possibly be. I've always wondered if he was invented and given the name Judah as a sort of symbolic slam against the Jewish people.
Right.
Yeah. That's my thought.
Yeah, that's interesting. that the Jewish people have betrayed. Like, fuck, man. Like that. I mean, it fits in the goddamn story that they're, creating here.
My thoughts exactly. Okay,
yeah,
I'm going to read these super chats and then we'll move on to the messenger. That should be interesting. They've been begging to come up for a good 20 minutes or so. So
let's see. At Brian Peck with the $2. Actually, I'm going to use this other voice.
At Brian Peck with the $2. You have to pay to see Uncle Dunkle's no place.
This is true. Listen, to the person who tried to expose me earlier yesterday, no, you have to pay good hard cash if you want to see my no place. The Holy of Holies, the Poly of Polies. And then
At Gretchen Z with the $3.11. Has this guy heard of Joel's Wet Box?
I don't think he had heard of Joel's Wet Box.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Chaos, do a little research. Now I sound like that one J-Man guy. Do your homework on Joel's Wet Box. And then
At True Cement with the $10. People that reject an infinitely old universe can't seem to provide any evidence that there was a time when the universe didn't exist.
yeah, which is why until they can do so, I'm not obligated to believe the universe did have a beginning. All right. We're going to bring up the messenger. The messenger, I'm going to ask you 3 questions and then we'll get to the conversation. Are you at least 18 years old? What pronouns do you go by? And are you theist or atheist?
Yes, I am. I'm a man, and I'm a Christian.
Well, you answered 2 of my questions. You answered whether or not you were theist or atheist, and then you answered your age question. But what pronouns do you go by?
Hold on one second. You froze. Your face froze.
Oh, don't worry about that.
Can you hear me?
As long as you can hear me, it's fine. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. What pronouns do you go by?
I go by normal pronouns that men use.
Normal is relative. So what pronouns do you go by?
For the sake of your understanding, I go by he, him.
There you go.
Whatever.
What do you go by with your
normal men.
friends?
My
Like when
friends
you're not-
just either
when
call
it's
me
not
my
for
name,
our
or they say
sake.
bro, or they say dude, or they say, you know what I'm saying, normal things.
Dude isn't a
Okay,
pronoun.
I didn't realize what you meant by normal was bro and dude. That would have been okay. Helpful.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, the messenger. I'm Dalton the Bible guy. Which one of the 6 topics, questions on the board would you like to answer from me?
Let's see. I'll start with number 2.
Is the Bible true? Okay, is the Bible true?
Yes, the Bible is true. No
All right,
one
what-
has been able to prove the Bible untrue.
Why? Well, no, that's not what happens. You have to prove the Bible is true, not that the Bible is untrue. So why should I think the Bible is true?
I'd start with the standard of, do you know what the definition of prove is?
Yeah, I would like you to provide me evidence that raises the likelihood of the claim.
Okay, so you all have, as far as I've witnessed, used the definition of prove, proof, and evidence incorrectly.
Yeah, I
You use the proper
mean
definitions.
evidence, not proof, because proof is used in math. I mean evidence.
Well, proof is used in life in general, regardless if it's math or non-math.
Okay, I really don't care about this part of the conversation. Can you just provide evidence that the Bible is true?
Okay, so evidence, according to the Merriam-Webster, an outward sign equals indication. That's 1A. Or 1B would be something that furnishes proof equals testimony. 2 would be one who bears witness. That's 3 different parts of the definition of the word evidence. So I bear witness that the Bible is true, something that could furnish
And that's
proof
based
of the Bible being true,
that's based off of what evidence?
based off of my word, my testimony.
Oh, I don't care about that. You could be a
So, but
liar
that's
for
the
all I know.
definition. So
you could be
don't- so
you could be
don't care about-
I need something independent and verifiable.
So you don't care about the definition.
I don't care about your definition, no. And
No,
this
you
also
don't care
isn't
about
this,
Merriam-Webster's
well,
definition,
this
the
also
standard
isn't
definition.
this also isn't a high school essay and starting your little thing with Merriam-Webster's dictionary defines truth as was not very impressive. So like for
So
example,
starting by disproving your knowledge
like for
isn't
example,
impressive?
like for example, does the New Testament make the claim that Jesus is the Messiah?
The New Testament, as well as the Old Testament, makes the claim that Jesus is the Messiah.
He didn't fulfill any prophecy, so I can't. That's not true.
According to you. So some
Yeah,
of the prophecies,
can you point me to one prophecy that he fulfilled from the Old
some of
Testament?
the prophecies that the Old Testament prophecies said that he would come and he would pass away, he would be
Yeah,
slain.
give me a Bible
mankind.
book, chapter, verse. Provide me an Old
Okay, book,
Testament
chapter, verse?
passage
Okay.
that Jesus fulfilled.
All right, hold on one second. Turn my light on.
Everyone, place your bets as to what Bible verse you think he's going to bring up.
Let's see, where is it?
I could probably find it faster than you. Can you just tell me what the prophecy's about?
The prophecy is about his unalivement.
Yeah. Is it Psalm 22 or Isaiah 53? One of those two?
Yeah, it's Psalm 22. I'm here.
All right. What is the very first opening words of Psalm 22 in the Hebrew? Because it tells
You want me to go to?
Because it
You
tells
want
you.
me to go to the Hebrew? Because I'm reading out of an English Bible.
Because I'll tell you this: the Hebrew actually tells you who the psalm is about explicitly. It tells you.
Okay, so do you want to go to the Hebrew, or do you want me to read from the English?
Sure. Here, you can read here. Just read for me the superscription in
People here don't
English.
speak Hebrew.
Yeah, just read the superscription for Psalm 22, which is the first line in the original Hebrew, and I'll tell you what the Hebrew says and why the Hebrew actually tells us exactly who the psalm is actually about.
So before I do that, right, you're derailing my point.
No, I'm not.
Kind of like pre-prove your point. Yeah, because I haven't even been able to read. You presented me with the challenge. You said, where in the scripture has Jesus fulfilled a prophecy?
Yep.
Right. I go to the chapter, and then you're automatically derailing to something that's your point. That's not my point.
It's not derailing.
Right? You're derailing because I'm not able to prove my point.
It's called
derailing
debunking. It's debunking.
No, you can't. So preemptively debunking something before someone else says it is called being out of order.
I don't care.
So can I go? Can I go to my point or not?
Yeah, read the superscription for Psalm 22.
So can I go to my point first, or
read the superscription. Read the. This is literally. It's not out of order. It's literally the very first line in Psalm 22.
It's out of order because I'm not in the Hebrew. You brought up the Hebrew.
I asked you
You're
to read
making that claim.
Okay, here. Let me say it again for you. Read in English the superscription for Psalm 22. Then I will read the Hebrew and tell you why the superscription actually tells us who Psalm 22 is actually about. So read the superscription in English.
So I'm going to read the first verse.
The superscription
in English.
It depends on your
verse in English.
It depends on your Bible. If it depends on your Bible. Sometimes Bibles include the superscription as part of verse 1, and other Bibles don't do that. So whatever your Bible does, just read the superscription that preempt the words that come before my God, why have you forsaken me? That's what the superscription is.
So I'm gonna read the first verse. Is that okay? Because I haven't been able to prove my point yet.
As long as you read the superscription first.
So you're saying superscription, and I'm saying verse. Those are two completely different things. Which is why I keep repeating myself.
Because it depends on the Bible translation. I got a Bible translation where the verse actually begins with the superscription. Now stop stalling and read the superscription, or I'll do it for you.
Verse one begins with my God, my God.
No,
that's first.
That's actually not where it starts. That's actually not where it starts.
So that's verse 1. Yes, that's verse 1.
No.
Of Psalms 22. Yes.
No.
That is.
Is there something written prior to that miracle?
Yeah. Is there something?
He's talking about a superscription, and I'm.
Fun fact: the superscription above the words "Eli, Eli, lama sabachthani," my God, why have you forsaken me, is part of the original text. It's not an editorial addition. If you go back to the original Hebrew, the Hebrew does not start with the words, my God, why have you forsaken me? My Bible doesn't start with that in verse 1. My verse 1 actually includes the superscription. So again, I'll ask you, either read the superscription or I'll read it for you. Either way, it's going to get read, bud.
You're interrupting my point to state your own point after presenting me with a challenge.
I don't care.
To state a point.
I don't
that's
care.
Out of order, but go ahead. You do your thing. This is your panel.
Fine. If you don't want to read it, I'll read it for you. Okay. To the chief musician upon Aheleth Shahar, a psalm for David. What does for mean?
So are you going to read that correctly? Because it says of, not for.
Fun fact, in the original Hebrew, it says, and I quote, Mizmor la David. And what does the preposition lamed mean in Hebrew?
So la David,
right? It means about.
Yeah, it can mean that. Exactly. Lamed in Hebrew means to, for, or about, concerning. It never means by, because fun fact, David didn't write Psalm 22. We have no evidence of that. The psalmist says...
I didn't say by.
Of doesn't matter either. What does it mean by of? When it says it's Psalm of David, does that mean psalm written by David, or the psalm is about David?
It means Psalm of David.
And of in what manner? Like if I say a psalm,
Of meaning
if I say a psalm,
production from.
no, if I say a psalm of lamentation, does that mean that lamentation wrote the psalm, or that the psalm is about lamentation?
It could mean either.
Okay. Well, luckily
In
for
context.
us, the original Hebrew is a bit more clear, which is why I wanted to talk about the Hebrew, because the Hebrew tells us exactly who the psalm is about, in that it's Mizmor la David, a psalm for or about David, not by.
Okay, are you done with your point so I can go back to my point? Because
Oh,
you
we're not
presented
going.
me with the
Well,
challenge.
you're going
I don't really care
to.
about
You're
your
going.
point.
No, I don't care. You're going to interact with what I said. I don't care if you don't like it.
Yeah, and you presented me a challenge. You said, "Where is Jesus?" This is a challenge, mind you. I'm still demanding your challenge.
Part of that
Where
challenge
is
is you need.
Jesus fulfilling
And part of that
prophecy from
challenge
the
is
Old
that.
Testament?
And part of that challenge is that you need to address what the actual text says. When it says that the text is
And I'm
La David, what does that
asking you for your
mean?
point. That means you're interrupting me while I'm trying
Here.
to
But Miracle, you
answer your
understand the
challenge.
implications of what Dalton is saying is that this is a poem about David. That's what you're going to read from. So when you read whatever's happening in that poem, it's going to apply to David. That's what it's about. It's not about
Okay, so
Jesus. So
the
that's
reason
all
why
that's being
that's not
shown here.
true, the reason why that's not true is because when did they part his garments? When did they tell all his bones? When did they cast lots
Doesn't
for his
matter.
vesture? When did the dogs compass him? No. You're saying it's about David.
The messenger, do you think that every event in David's life is written down in the Bible?
Of course not. That would be irrational.
All right. So if
However, where are these specific events
well,
having
there's your
had happened to David?
well, there's your answer. Is I don't need a Bible story.
You're
where
just
David,
presupposing.
I'm
You're
not
just presupposing the.
actually, I'm not presupposing because
No, yeah, you're presupposing that you don't have to prove.
So no, I'm not presupposing because I've already given evidence, direct evidence, that the psalm is about King David. Because
No, you're making an argument from a lack.
No, I'm not making an argument from a lack of something. I'm actually making an argument based on what's
Yes, you
actually
are.
in the text, being the preposition lamed.
No, you're not.
You're not listening then.
I wasn't talking about Lamed at that point.
What is my argument for why this is about King David? I want you to steel man my position.
You said that the superscription. That's your argument.
Go.
Right. I'm not talking about the superscription
more detail.
currently.
More detail.
I
more detail.
explained it. I'm not going back and forth with you.
Steel man.
It.
Nope. I'm not. We're not moving on.
I explained it.
No, you didn't. You just said because of
because you're choosing to be ignorant. You're being willful.
No, you're being ignorant. Well, you're projecting.
Presenting me a challenge.
You're projecting really hard, bud. It's really embarrassing. The entire audience right now is laughing at you because they see how much you're in the corner.
I don't care
right
if they're
now.
laughing.
So the messenger
You're not allowing me to answer.
No,
That's
you're refusing to answer. You're refusing to answer.
No, you're stopping me. You keep
What
muting
about
me.
the?
You're
What
not
about
allowing
the
me
super?
to answer.
Yeah,
you're interrupting
messenger,
me. You're presenting your.
What about the superscription? It tells us
argument.
What about the superscription tells Dalton that it's not about Jesus?
My point in answering your challenge is not the superscription. That's not.
No, I want you to steel man my position before we move on.
I already did. I mentioned your superscription as your point. That's not my.
That's an incomplete. That's incomplete.
That's not my point.
When I made the argument that this isn't about Jesus,
point.
Did I say because of the superscription and that was the end of my point?
I make my point.
No, not yet. Not until you actually steal him in my position.
You present me with a challenge and then interrupt my point.
Because you're refusing to engage with the challenge.
That's called
messenger. Please, man, like this is not reasonable. If you want to be a reasonable person, you understand that if we can show that this psalm is a poem about someone else, there's no reason to believe it's about Jesus, right? That's the whole point. So that's why this is dealing with this is dealing with whatever you want to say about Psalm 22. You're going to have to deal with the superscription that tells us who it's about. Why are you not? You're either not getting that or being disingenuous. Which one is it?
So what you're?
So we're not moving. We're not moving forward until you actually steel man my argument. We're not moving on with it.
I already steel manned your superscription position.
No, actually give the entire.
You did it.
Actually, properly steel man my position. I didn't just say as my argument because of the superscription. I gave you a reason based on the superscription, and what was that reason?
You gave me a claim. Your claim is that this is about David.
And why?
You gave me a claim.
No. And what? And how did I make the claim? What was my argument?
You gave me a claim. You're saying me a visual definition. You're just saying that this is the definition of what love means.
I can show. I can prove it. I can prove it to you. Yeah, I can prove it to you. For example, Psalm 110, even in your Bible translation, what is the opening?
No, don't deflect. Let's stay in Psalm 12.
This is not deflecting.
I mean, Psalm 22.
I'm showing you, even in your Bible, it translates to and correctly in other places. So
when I say definition, steel man, what I'm saying.
Okay, messenger.
Steel man, what I'm saying. I said definition like a
messenger. Slow down for a second. Dalton's bringing something up for you to look at. But when we move
steel
to
man,
another,
what I said, not another verse.
Messenger, hold on.
Because you're interrupting me, so I can't interrupt you.
Messenger, this is not how you're going to win this debate.
Presented me with a
Messenger, this is not how you're going to win this debate. You can just slow down and engage with the points. No, hold on.
How about you engage?
We are engaging with Psalm 22, but the way that we're going to show what a word in Psalm 22 means is to show how it's used in other passages.
That's not what
that's why we would go and look at other passages in the Bible to show.
I didn't say.
Fun fact: people who are winning in a debate don't have to proclaim themselves the winner. I will show you an actual dictionary definition.
Fun fact: people don't mute people.
Actually, they do mute people. I do it all the time. Actually, so when you act like a baby, then I will mute you.
That means because
I will pull out. You can say that all you want. You haven't had a leg to stand on.
I'm proving it. So I'm muting me by your own actions.
So I'm gonna go to Psalm 110, and we're gonna look at what even your Bible.
By the way, that's not my point.
I don't care. I don't care what you
think. The point you presented. You don't care about your own challenge being answered.
What you think the point is? I couldn't give less of a shit. So, anyways, we're gonna go to Psalm 110.
So that means you're disingenuous if you don't care about the challenge that's been presented.
Anyways, Psalm 110 begins with the line, and let's see if you agree or disagree. The Lord said to my Lord. Do you agree or disagree?
I'm not engaging with that point because it has nothing to do with the challenge you presented.
It actually does, because we're talking about a Hebrew here.
Derailing and deflecting.
So do you agree that the Lord said to my Lord? Why stop being such a coward?
You're derailing and deflecting.
We're talking about a definition of a word, right, Messenger? Like we're talking about that's what the point is that we're on right now.
No, the definition is...
Hemi Turner said, why is the guest pretending to be smart? I don't know. They got to stop using debates.
Definition is defined like a dictionary.
They got to stop using. Well, we'll get to the dictionary definition in a second. It's coming right.
No, we could
have already been there. No, you don't get to dictate this conversation.
No, do that now.
No, you don't get to dictate this conversation. We could have already. We could have already been there if you would actually just fucking answered the question, you dick. So, Psalm 110. Do you agree or disagree? Do you agree or disagree that the set? I'll just get rid of you to answer. I'm just gonna.
If you want to get rid of me, that means I won.
No, if you don't answer, that will be you running. That will be you running away because I've already laid down the law.
I don't run from nothing. No fights, no nothing. I don't run from nothing.
No. This is you running. This is you running. Because if you refuse to answer, I'm not running. No. Listen. Truth.
If you kick me, it's because you're a coward.
No, truth. Listen.
And you can't engage properly with the conversation that's being presented.
Listen, Linda.
You're the one that presented the challenge and interrupted me and won't allow me to answer.
I've already laid down the law, and if you refuse to answer, I'm going to drop you. So you've been warned. So now, if you refuse to answer,
I've been attempting to answer, and you keep muting me.
That will be you wanting to leave, and everyone will know you're a coward. Yeah,
you're presupposing.
Nope. Answer the question or I'll drop you right now.
You're presupposing I wanted to.
I'm going to give you until the end of the Jeopardy theme to answer the question. The
question I want to answer is the initial question of your challenge saying, where is Jesus mentioned in the Old Testament as a prophecy? That's what I was attempting to answer. And you decided to try and steel man a superscription instead of actively engaging with my point, which I wasn't able to properly present. So what you're doing is you're showing that 1, you're a coward. 2, you don't properly engage with conversations. 3, you don't want to actually.
Congratulations on wasting all your time, bud.
Psalm 22 doesn't mention Jesus or that it's a prophecy. Debunked.
So now that he's gone, I'm going to go ahead and give the argument and prove the point that was made because he can't interrupt. So even in Christian Bibles, Psalm 110 will say, the Lord said to my Lord, not by my Lord. And if you go to the Hebrew, it says, Neum Yahweh la Adoni. And the word for to and to my Lord is that letter Lamed, which is the preposition. And if I go to, let's see, the Brown Drivers Briggs, I'll pull it up on the screen for everyone to see. Let's see. BDB online. If I go to the Brown Drivers Briggs and I go to the entry on Lamed, I'll pull it up on the screen so everyone can see it. Let's see. Oh, make it a little bit bigger. And then make it on TikTok too. Guess I know it's 4 o'clock. Thank you. Why is it not showing up on TikTok side? Give me a second to figure out what's going on here. This isn't normative. Here, I'll just delete this and then re-add it. Yes, I want to get rid of that. And then, let's see.
By the way, while you're doing that, thanks to you, John Cohen finally followed me after a day or two, and we're best friends now, and it feels good.
Hey,
I discovered him because you did that raid, and I was like, man, this guy's articulate.
Oh man, yeah, that guy. I love that guy. His show is so good. I would say I'm a bit combative, so like, oh, there we go. So getting to hear someone so nice and chill, it's almost ASMR. Here,
Yeah.
Lamed, preposition, to, for, in regard to. Shocker. Who'da thunk that I, the Bible guy who speaks Hebrew, knew what I was talking about? Shocker. Okay. I'm gonna bring up our friend here, and then I'm gonna read some super chats, and then we'll bring up Chaos again. Maybe Chaos now has arguments for their position. Their position. Yeah. Hey, God, how you doing?
Hey there, Dalton.
Nice. Hey, John.
Hey, Joel. I was actually right before you said that about John Cohen. I was going to be like, hey, John Cohen's been following me for a few days now, and
How dare you?
I heard through the grapevine that he's watched me for years, and he just really loves my stuff. And I just thought that
he sent me a similar obviously not years, because I haven't been doing it as long, but he did say he loves my work as well. And in a DM, I'll send you a screenshot. Yeah.
Fun fact: John Cohen messaged me and said, "I love your work more than Joel reads the Bible and God listened in here."
All right, I'll have a screenshot of that, you piece of shit.
Yeah.
Here, let me get my Photoshop out real quick. Anyways.
Also, Joel, I was before y'all bring it. I've got to dip out here in a second. I just wanted to come up and have fun with that for a second. But Joel, with you and Mezzo earlier, I was going to request up and suggest something that I don't know if y'all would see as beneficial or anything, but I know that y'all like to come up with the different ways in which Jesus or God is evil or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
In 1 Samuel 5, it actually has God / Jesus giving the Philistines dick and ass cancer.
Dick
for stealing
and
the ark.
ass cancer?
Well, okay, so dick cancer, some kind of tumor or something. Maybe it wasn't just genitals, but it was just all over, just tumors, cancer.
Okay,
and then
it doesn't
also,
say just genital cancer, but you're just okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
and then hemorrhoids. He gives them hemorrhoids.
Oh, that's diet.
Oh
That's
God.
It's
diet.
diet, but I didn't know if that could be factored. Like, do you think that that's a good thing to do? Give people hemorrhoids and
Do you think
cancer?
hemorrhoids is a nice thing for a god to give people? Yeah, that's actually a great counter apologetic. I'm writing that down.
I
That's
know some
brilliant.
some very irresponsible people who are very godlike in that way. But that's great. That's very crazy. All right.
Yeah, if you get anybody that ever says God wouldn't give me, hemorrhoids, it's like, no, he actually would. There are specific situations for that. So, anyways, it was great seeing both of y'all. Y'all have an awesome day. Okay.
You too, John.
You got to keep those things in your arsehole just in case someone comes up and goes, God would never give someone hemorrhoids, because that will that's
Yeah.
bound to happen eventually.
I had to read this one.
First, real quick, at John Klein with the $5. What? Wait, Joel, I thought Mezzo was your bestie. And now you were switching to John Cohen? I feel like Mezzo is going to be mad.
Oh, Mezzo's not a jealous type. That's just
That's
John
what
Cohen's
Yahweh's
just like,
saying.
great. I'm a fan. I'm like, with Mezzo, I'm not a fan. I just, we're best friends.
Just to be clear, Mezzo is not a fan of Joel.
No, I'm not a fan of his. He's a fan of mine. I'm not a fan of
okay.
his, but I'm a fan of John's. And yeah,
There
it's
you
a different
go.
type of relationship.
Oh man. Okay. And then at okay. Goddamn.
At Mindwise with the €6.66 Hail Caesar. The almighty Doug is content with the content. Hashtag rock hard for Doug. Oh,
Also, gaping for Peggy, y'all. Come on, we gotta get that going. Gaping for Peggy, the holy strap on. And then
at Scott with the $2 after caller. Now I really do have a headache.
no, these Christians will do anything but allow for a good argument to be to go unanswered. They do not like giving positive arguments for their positions, and they hate having their positions challenged. And they apparently cannot. They don't know what Christians stop using philosophy terms that you don't know the meaning of. It's very obvious the last guest didn't know what the word steelman was. Craziness. And then finally,
at Mindwise again with the 6.16 Hail Caesar. The almighty Doug says, you too can believe juiced. Heed the words of non-prophets, Dalton and Justin.
yeah. Non-belief is on the table. You just have to listen to the words of the prophets. Phil Sells. Yeah, absolutely.
And I believe the Deconstruction Zone is a nonprofit. So
yeah, it is. Chaos, welcome back to the show again. Chaos, he, him. You had brought now some positive
Are you
proof.
above 18 and what are your pronouns?
Yes, and he, him. So
Okay.
you now have positive evidence for Christianity being true?
I think my evidence is you, to be honest, at this point. Like
Explain.
I really do think that you're just a quitter and that you just like cutting people off. And that's your whole show.
Listen, I think you're a quitter in bed. I don't think you've ever let a woman finish. Now what?
Hey.
By the way,
Hey.
if like Dalton consistently and aggressively cuts people off, that's not a quitter. That's somebody who has stick-to-itiveness.
That's someone that doesn't have standards.
It's reliable. No, that is standards.
I have very high standards, unlike you.
Oh.
Yeah, like your sentence sucks. He's cutting it off. You're not finishing it. That's a high standard.
That's a really high standard.
Yep.
So Chaos, either you have a positive evidence for your position or you don't, in which case my audience is already yelling at me for bringing you back up. So either provide positive evidence for Christianity that isn't the atheist who is unconvinced of the proposition.
This thing you're talking about, David, right? What like,
do you even know what we were talking about in that conversation?
You're talking about Psalms 22 being written by David, but you said it wasn't written by David.
Yeah,
it was written for David.
Yes, written for David. That's what the
That's
Psalm
what you said,
says.
right? Correct or no?
Yep, that's what the Psalm says.
Are you like the only person that agrees on that?
Nope. Joel Baden, reputable author on like the biography of the historical David, and also author of the renewal of the documentary hypothesis. No, it's called the composition of the Pentateuch, renewal of the documentary hypothesis. Also postulates this because people who speak Hebrew, and also I've heard many rabbis like Rabbi Michael Skobach bring it up as well. It's just kind of obvious when you read the Hebrew that it says a psalm for David.
Is it kind of like Dalton, like kind of like an ode to David? It's just like a poem about a character in their lore or in their myth, and they just go like, hey, let's do this one that's like this cool poem about this character.
So
is that kind of what's going on?
The Lamed can mean a few different things. It can either be serving to mean a psalm for David in the sense of I'm writing this for David to perform. So it's like a court psalmist writing for David to perform. Or it can mean a psalm about David, in which case it's just the psalmist talking about David. So, for example, Psalm 22 would be a psalm that's meant to be performed by David. That's why it's written like saying, my God, why have you forsaken me? And then Psalm 110 would be
David.
Yeah, what?
David's performing this. He's going out on stage and he's like, my God, why hast thou forsaken me?
Probably, yeah. I mean, David was
Interesting.
according to the Hebrew Bible, David was closely related to the establishment of like the building of the temple and the establishment of like priests doing songs in the temple and stuff like that. And we even have a story of him singing and reciting a psalm, although the Hebrew Bible never once says that he writes them. And then when we read Psalm 110, it's written about King David by the psalmist. The psalmist says about King David, Yahweh said to my Lord, and my Lord there is King David. So sometimes they're written for David to perform. Other times they're written about David, and sometimes not even about David. Sometimes it's a psalm for Solomon or a psalm about Moses. So like out of the 150 something psalms we have, 150 if you're Protestant, 151 or something like that if you're Orthodox, only like 73% of them are about or written for David.
That is interesting.
Yeah. But anyways, chaos. Argument for Christianity, yes or no?
I was just wondering, is that your opinion on what it is? Or is that your position? I feel like there's 3 different positions for that. I feel like that's just your position. That doesn't make it true.
It's boring as fuck what you just said. Do you have any reason why we should think?
No, you're dodging the question. All right, let's move on then. You want to dodge? All right,
no, cool. But chaos.
Let's dodge the question.
It's not. It's not dodging. Your question is a little bit vapid, but the idea is that there's like different pieces of evidence that lead to conclusions, and Dalton has shared the evidence which leads to his conclusion and other scholars' conclusions. There's other people, there's Christians, evangelical Christians, that will be like, let's ignore the first script part and let's just read the stuff that vaguely sounds like Jesus. So now it's about Jesus. That's very weak evidence, right? So what we're looking for when we're saying like, hey, how do we find out what we're going to believe in over here in this world we all live in? We go, let's look at evidence. So do you have any evidence that Christianity is true?
I mean, I feel like there's a lot of evidence that you just deny.
Well, just give us the evidence so we can deny it.
Yeah.
So you can deny it?
Or, I mean, not deny it. Not deny it.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Give us the evidence.
You're already set on denying it.
I
was joking.
You know when people are like,
but you're saying you're joking, but you're not joking.
Remember that hilarious joke you did? I'm doing one of those. So what's the evidence?
You say you're joking, but you're not.
Give us the evidence, or I'll drop you. I really don't have time for you.
Yeah, you do. You have all the time in the world.
Hi. You're not special.
I'm so disappointed in chaos. We had one good. He's been on a bunch of lives like 5-6 times. Like I don't know. I've seen him a few times now. But he was on my live one time, and we did the moral argument, and it was coherent, and he understood that morality was subjective at the end of it. It was like a breakthrough. And now he just like.
Did he fall in his head or something?
Yeah, like he was just like on board. He was just like, I can't do anything with that. Yeah, I guess morality is subjective. I was like, hang up on him before he changes his mind. I was just like, this is amazing. And then now it's like he's back to being like just nothing, like chaos. Get your head in the game, buddy.
All right, we're gonna bring up Lucas, and then it looks like we have someone in the YouTube.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be a lot better.
Yeah, Joe basically hates Christianity because he came out as gay and people hated him for it. And
Lucas,
it's okay, Joe. I love you regardless. I think you're so funny. I watch you every night.
I know you always watch my lives, but you're just offensive and you're a troll. So why are you here?
I'm not a troll, Joe. I promise.
So Lucas, before you can say another word, I'm already getting a bad taste in my mouth. How are you? It's 18 years old, and what pronouns do you go by, bud?
I go by he, and I'm 34.
Oh, I mean, he's doing better so far than most Christians do. And which one of the 6 topics on the board did you want to talk about?
Yeah, so can we talk about Jesus rising from the unalive?
Yeah, can you prove that he's not dead? Why should did Jesus rise from the dead?
I'm quite agnostic to it, but I'd like to ponder on the possibility that he may have.
Well, do you currently hold to the positive position that he is not dead?
I think it's a nice blanket, like let's say for instance, like if you're going through a very shitty situation and you feel left alone and then you just go like, hey Jesus, come and help out.
Hey,
You don't think
hey, Lucas, guess what? Guess what?
Go on, bro. Listening.
Anyways.
Chicken butt.
Yeah, chicken butt. Oh man, you know what I haven't done in a while? I sometimes when I have a really annoying guest, I like to I should have done it with the messenger. I should have gave them I usually tell them, listen, I'll give you 2 whole minutes to preach whatever you want, uninterrupted. And then the second they start, I drop them.
Yeah. Classic.
Pull that rug out.
He's like, I don't know what his deal. I don't know if he's Muslim or like if he is at all a theist, but he's certainly a troll. So I've
Lucas?
given up on him.
Yeah, he lives under a bridge residentially at 100%. Okay, let's see. Chaos is still in the guest request box, and I'm not bringing you back up, dude. So you can either sit in the guest request box and listen to me shit on Jesus, or you can sit in the comment section and listen to me shit on Jesus, but like you're not gonna get to talk to me anymore. I'm tired of you. You're boring. You heard which topic on the board would you like to hear about, and all you heard was the word board, and you decided to make that your mission. He's a 7 theist. What's a 7 theist, Ryle?
Well, he's not an 8 theist.
Okay, yeah. I do have super chats, I guess, so we'll just do that, I guess.
That one's not very long.
Yeah, with that mind-wise, with the €2, hashtag gaping for Peggy. Hell yeah. Yeah, we should all be gaping for Peggy. And then at Zach Petrinoff with the $5, we gape for Peggy, for holiness is close to godliness. We should all be expanding our minds and our beeholes in the pursuit of truth. You know what? Yeah, W. W for that, 100%. Where did the fuck did my hair? Oh, there you go.
I don't know, Joel. Can you hear the voices when I use them?
Yeah, it's everything's back to normal.
Oh, everything's back to normal. Yesterday was just fucking ridiculous. Fantastic.
Yeah,
I saw you were having some technical problems earlier too.
I just did a technical live so that I could get like TikTok to talk to video.
Oh, okay.
So
did you figure it out?
Yeah.
Really?
Do you want to know how?
Yes, I do want to know how.
Like, I don't know what your setup is, but what I did was I got like I have my audio interface for OBS and all that jazz. And I use I'm on a Mac, so I use MainStage as kind of like what I put my sound through. So I have a bit of a piece of software which my songs are in and all that jazz. I
see. Me and Godless tried doing this with Voice Meter, and it resulted in like, because the fact that I use this voice mod app, it couldn't work. Like, it was either I had to either get rid of my sound effects and my voice, my voices, or have it to where TikTok and YouTube could talk to each other. So like, but Joel, if you want to be able to, so I'm going to bring up this next guest who's on YouTube, and if you want to be able to,
I have to go over there.
They're gone now, so it doesn't matter. So, but yeah, if it happens, you can just go over onto Video Ninja and
but the way I did it, like, let me finish this thing. I got Black Hole, right? And I got the 16 and the 2 versions. You know about Black Hole.
The only Black Hole I'm familiar with is the one that Peggy leaves me with. So like, No, I don't know what black hole is.
All right, so that's a brown hole, but the this thing called black hole is a virtual cable,
Okay.
and so you can it's kind of, it shows up as an audio interface in your audio interfaces. So I have two of them, and so I send out video out of the one, and it goes, and then I have the input on TikTok as the other one. So it goes straight over to TikTok, and then I do the output for the other one and the input on video. Does this make sense to you, or I'm not doing a good job?
No, it's not that you're not doing a good. You're probably doing a very good job. I'm just one of those people where like hearing
You have to see
something.
it.
Yeah, I'm like very visual, and also like I'm also technologically inept in every single
Do you
way.
know? Have you ever plugged a guitar into something like a patch cable? Like you just have a wire going from one thing to the other.
Yeah. Also, I kind of do something like that where with my I have a Starlink router, and it doesn't have an Ethernet cable on it insertion, so I
Mhm.
have to plug in this other thing, and then I can plug the power into that, and then I can plug the Ethernet. Yeah, it's basically
So
like
this
that.
is like a virtual version of this. So I'm basically plugging video into TikTok, and then I'm plugging TikTok into video so they can hear each other. But on the way over to TikTok, I plug in like this other software, Mainstage, where I have my mic and all that stuff, and that all goes into TikTok. So that's how I've done it. But it's just through virtual wires instead of real hard wires.
Pumpkin baby, you're acting like a baby. Well, you're being a baby again. Do you want to come up and actually talk about one of the 6 points, or do you just want to wham in the comment section because you won't like the Bible guy? The Bible guy made me look silly yesterday, so now I have to act like a big old baby.
Dalton, why are there only 6 points and not 7? When I did my contentions for Christianity, I did 7 because it's a holy number.
6
Why
is the number.
Why did you stop at 6?
6 is the number of evil. 666.
Whoa, calm down.
6, 7. Also, I just couldn't think of a 7th one, honestly. Because my topics are very. I try to. A lot of atheist channels like to do like philosophy related questions, like does God exist, sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I like to really keep my my talking points grounded in the Bible. So like that's why I don't usually entertain like the does God exist question or philosophy related questions. I usually like I pick these specifically because I can always bring them back to the Bible on these topics.
Mm-hmm.
Mezzo did 100. Holy shit.
Yeah, he used some of mine. He used my 7. So, and then he started making them up. Like his are jokes. Like his are barely even good contentions. Like anyway, don't even think about Mezzo right now. So that's interesting. So we need one more that speaks to Bible.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
the first one's kind of blocked. What does it say?
Oh, it's blocked? What do you mean?
By the like popular live on the air, like you don't see that from the TikTok studio, but if you bring it down just like the tiniest bit.
Oh, here, wait a minute.
Just because it's got stuff over top of it on the phone. Oh, a bit up. You can go up a bit. Dan, there we go. Now convince me is a little hidden, but at least the contentions are.
Yeah.
You can see them.
My contentions are they're not even really contentions because I tried not to frame
They're
them
questions.
I tried not to frame them as positive statements, but as mere questions because like I'm inquiring of Christians and they need to give me reasons. So like, is Jesus the Messiah / Son of God? Is the Bible true? Did Jesus rise from the dead? Why should I be a Christian? Does the Bible have fulfilled prophecy? And is God good? And if you can think of a 7th, I'd love that. Get me on the nice.
Well, why
7.
should I be a Christian is like, I do that all the time. That one is the one that I can imagine they get you out of the Bible using that one.
Yeah, they can try. They not really, because the only time I've ever seen them try to get out of the Bible to prove it is they'll go, Christianity has utility, but I'll just throw my hands up and go, I don't care about utility. I care about whether or not it's true, which gets you back to the claims made in the Bible.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you kind of covered a lot of, if not all, the bases. Does the Bible have fulfilled prophecy? I wonder what else there could be. Is Jesus the Messiah? It's the filled book. Okay. And it feels like you're not even doubling up very much. Did Jesus rise from the dead? Is the Bible true? Is God good? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
that's what else would you want to do?
I think, you know what, for now, until someone can come up with a really good one, 6 seems to be a good number. Dalton is a handsome man, and I'm not kidding. Well, that's the first true thing you've said so far, Pumpkin Baby. Now it looks like we're not getting any more opposition right now, so I'm gonna do a quick restart on TikTok. Joel, you're more than welcome to return if you'd like to. And we'll see you all in just a hot second.
Bye.
All right. Even when I live in the live, I forget that you guys are still here on YouTube, and so like there's that moment of quiet, and I'm like, oh wait, people are still watching me. It's good I don't completely forget, because the last thing you guys need to see me do is, like, I don't know, strip naked for the 5 seconds that I'm not on TikTok. And whoever just walked in when I said that, good for y'all. Did Jesus lie? Does the Bible say the earth is flat? See, the problem with that, I mean, is that the answer is just a yes. And that's kind of, does the Bible say the earth is flat? It's kind of wrapped up in number 2, is the Bible true? And one of the reasons why the Bible's not true is because it's scientifically inaccurate. So that one would be a bit, oh, wait. You wrote that as a super chat, so wait a minute.
Number 7. Does the Bible say the earth is flat? And
yeah, it would be a bit doubling up, I think, on Joel Raid, on number 2, to be honest. And then we have
Gretchen V with the $3.11. Please read this one in the Ewu. Oh yeah.
Please read this one in the Ewu voice. Hashtag gay for ya, giving for ya, the freak. What's?
I don't know what that hashtag stands for, Gretchen. Here, tag me in the YouTube comments and tell me what it means. All right. And we got another super chat here.
From at Libertatis Dragon with the $4.99. Duncan, you can do. Jesus is not the Messiah. The Bible tells me so. We're number 7.
The problem with that one is that I'm trying to avoid making the positive claim and keeping them in the question milieu. And that one's already covered by number 1. Is Jesus the Messiah, the Son of God? Don't make my ass laughing out, says the Bible guy. Joel needs to understand that God is not real. Haiku, this is everyone. Say hi to Haiku. Haiku, how are you doing today, bud?
I'm doing good. How are you?
It's doing good. I miss you, bud. I got to everyone. I haven't met a lot of people on TikTok in person. I've met 3, and Haiku is one of them. And we had a lot of fun, I think, that night.
So much fun. All the fun.
Hashtag, Gretchen says, you are so fired, Dalton. Is that what? You are so fired. Fired for what? Okay, we got Big Mike in the house. Big Mike, I've got 3 questions for you. Are you at least 18 years old? What pronouns do you go by? And are you a theist or an atheist?
Yeah, I'm 18. I'm 19, sorry. I go by he, him, and I'm a theist.
All right, I am Dalton the Bible guy, and which one of the 6 propositions on the board would you like to give me an answer for?
I'm not sure.
So I can just pick. Oh. All right. He not only was he not sure, he was really not sure. He bolted. He was so unsure, he simply ceased to exist. He was so
Hard
unsure.
questions.
He was unsure of his own existence, and that's why he ceased to exist. He was like, I think not, therefore I'm not. Um, let's see. Dalton, here's one to put up there. Atheists have better morals than than your God, but that's a positive. Again, I'm trying to leave these to be questions, y'all. They need to be questions, and they need to keep us on the talk of the Bible. Dalton's fucking with me. Am I? I don't know. I'm not, Gretchen. I don't know what GFY de freak means. I do. Boxers number 7. Boxers or briefs? Yeah, maybe I need to like make the 7th question just something completely unrelated to anything on the live. Skyrim or Starfield?
But it still has to be answered with the Bible.
Yeah, you have to answer, is Skyrim or Starfield better? And it has to be based on the Bible. Hi. I'm going to ask you 3 questions and then we'll get to the conversation. Are you at least 18? What pronouns do you go by? And are you theist or atheist?
I am over 18 and I'm a man. And what was the last one? Theist.
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 Well, you've answered 2 of my 3 questions. So the second one you didn't answer though was, what pronouns do you go by?
Man usually goes with he, right? So
sometimes, yeah, sometimes it does. So you go by he, him. All right, fantastic. I'm Dalton, the Bible guy. Which one of the 6 topics on the board would you like to answer for me?
Is God good?
All right. Do you think God is good?
Yes.
Why?
Because he is.
Wait, which God? By the way, which God?
There's only one God.
Which is?
It's God, the creator.
Does he have a name?
No. It doesn't need no name.
So it's not, you're not a Christian then?
No, I'm not a Christian.
Are you Muslim?
Yeah.
All right. Why should I think that the God of Islam is good? And just saying because he is not really an answer.
It's not God of Islam. It's only one God. There's no like Islamic God.
I don't know that. I don't know that. Anyways, I don't care about that.
The one who created you and the one who created me is the same.
Why should I think that I'm created by a God? No, actually, I'm not going to get on that topic. Why should I think that Allah is good?
Because he created the most beautiful world and the most beautiful things and the most beautiful creations.
Beauty is subjective.
You don't like the oceans, you don't like the beaches, you don't like the animals, you don't like what? Seriously?
Parts of them.
Who says nature isn't beautiful?
Have you ever seen, do you know what a blue-footed booby is?
Blue-footed booby?
Yeah. The bird.
What is it?
It's a bird. It looks like a seagull, but it has blue webbed feet. And they often eat their young. Do you think that's beautiful?
That's their nature.
Do you think it's beautiful?
I'm not them, so I don't know. No, it's not.
No, I'm asking your personal subjective opinion. Do you think it's beautiful?
Yeah, but they're not God though, right?
I don't care. Do you think it's beautiful when a blue-footed booby eats her offspring?
No, it's not, but they're not God.
All right, well, then nature isn't always beautiful. Also,
Okay,
can we get some justice for Aisha stickers in the comment section, everyone? Fantastic. Anyways, so
what happened to Aisha?
She got raped. Anyways, so
by who?
By Prophet Muhammad. So anyways,
were you there?
No, I don't have to be. Anyways, I don't want to. We're not going to get off topic.
So you believe in the heresy?
I'm not going to get off topic with you. So why should I think God is good? Because him creating a beautiful universe is subjective, and you even agree that there are parts of the universe that are not beautiful. So why should I think God is good?
But those things
also
they perform the action, not the. You cannot associate their actions.
Also, wait a minute. Can evil people create beautiful things?
Can evil people create beautiful things?
Yeah.
I guess they can.
So the world even if the world was unilaterally, uniformly beautiful, wouldn't be evidence that God is good. It just means that he's able to create a beautiful thing. Like Hitler could make a nice painting if he was not such a shitty artist. But it would make
it's
him not
not
evil.
only it's not only beautiful, it's balanced. It just works. And nobody else can do this.
It's literally falling apart. Have you ever heard of
What's
entropy?
falling apart?
The universe.
Are you serious?
Yes, serious. Like
what's
look at
falling
look at
apart?
this. My eyes are falling apart. I have to fucking wear glasses.
Yeah,
just
because
so I can
because you
see.
eat too much sugar. Don't blame that on God.
Eating sugar.
Oh crap!
Wait.
I just had some water go down the wrong pipe. It's like my my
no.
oxygen breathing pipe is right next to my my eating pipe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
that's your-
What a shitty design, man.
No, that's your parents' issue because they have a bad gene.
A better design would have been if someone would have made haiku with a completely separate tube for breathing and drinking, but for some dumbass seemed to put them and made them the same tube. And now he just choked when he drank wrong. That sucks.
I'm sure you're not
anyways,
a doctor, and I'm sure you have no idea.
I knew I do. So, anyways, evil people
You
can
sound very
create
ignorant.
evil people can create beautiful things, and the world's not perfect. So why should I think God is good?
I told you that he created everything perfect.
But he
Everything
didn't.
balanced.
He didn't, though.
No, like your example, you messed up your eyes. God didn't. So don't blame him. You eat too much sugar.
No. It wouldn't matter if I eat too much sugar. If my eye was really perfect and like eating too much sugar shouldn't like fuck it up. There's obviously some sort of flaw in the eye where if for some reason me eating too much sugar led to the detriment of my eye. So it's not perfect. It's just might be really
because
good,
you're
but
sitting
it's not
all day
perfect.
long. Because you're sitting all day long sipping this drink that
God couldn't make an eye that would remain perfect even like when sugar wasn't added.
And why is it that he would make bodies that can consume too much sugar? Like, why not just make it to where we can't have too much?
There's something called he gave brain to tell you that don't do that. But if you're going to continue,
my brain doesn't tell me that though. My brain tells me more sugar, please, more sugar. So why did he fuck my brain? Why did he mess my brain up like that?
Your brain.
Well, why does my brain need to be trained? Why can't it just be perfect?
Why can't it be perfect?
Yeah, it's by necessity.
Because you keep screwing it up and then blaming other people for that.
You just admitted my brain's not perfect though. I said, why is my brain not?
Your brain was
you
perfect.
did. You did. No, you did. You said, I said, why is my brain not perfect and why do I have to train? And you said, because. And by saying because, you're basically admitting that my brain's not perfect and you're giving an excuse for why it fucks up. So yeah, the brain's not perfect. Also, like
you can turn it to perfect again.
Faulty memory. I have ADHD and I was born that way.
Nobody's born with ADHD. Who the hell? Who told you that?
Science. Yes, people are born with ADHD. And also, as a Muslim, you don't get to tell me what science says and doesn't say because you think, because the sperm doesn't come from between the backbone and the ribs. So is cancer perfect?
Yeah, if you're gonna eat stupid things, you're gonna get cancer.
No, some people eat just fine and they still get cancer.
Yeah, well, because they're taking microplastics, they're taking all sorts of stuff.
No. Some people don't. People have been getting cancer for a long ass time. We found cancer in dinosaur bones. What microplastics were dinosaurs eating?
Dinosaur bones? Do you believe in dinosaurs?
Yes, because I'm not an idiot.
Oh my god, you're an idiot.
You're just giving me more reasons not to believe in your God. If it leads to not believing in fucking dinosaurs. But again, we're off topic. Can you give me an actual good reason to think God's good? Because every reason you give me so far is quite shit.
Because he didn't create the stupid dinosaurs that you believe in. There's no dinosaurs.
I don't care about your conspiracy theory dinosaur denial. Why should I think God is good?
He is good to me.
I don't care. He's good to you. Why should I think he's just? Do you think can evil people be good to some people?
No.
No, you don't think Hitler loved his mom?
Hitler was not evil.
All right, bye. Fuck you. What a piece of shit. Hitler not evil. Go fuck yourself. Man, that person was unhinged. I mean, the conspiracy theory stuff was bad enough. But when you come up here and tell me that Hitler was not evil, yeah, you lose all rights to talk to me. And also, I'm definitely not going to join your religion. If that's what your religion does, if your religion would make me deny science, engage in conspiracy theories, and say that Hitler was good, then fuck your religion. I don't want any part of that. I've never heard a Muslim say they didn't believe in dinosaurs. Well, he was an exceptionally stupid Muslim. All right. Got another
super chat here at Simeon Urchin with the $4.99. Dolphin has fulfilled the prophecy in Song of Solomon, chapter 4, verse 3. Praise the new Messiah. Hashtag keeping for Peggy.
Okay, let's see what this prophecy says. Song of Songs. Let's see, chapter, what's the SNG 4? Verse 3. Thy they're good. Wait a minute. Here, I'm gonna read it in the voice. Second
voice. Thy lips are like a thread of scarlet, and thy cheek is comely. Thy temples are like a piece of pomegranate within thy locks.
My lips are like scarlet, according to many Christians who like to point out my lips. So, you know what? I am the Messiah. That's crazy. Man. Let's see. I didn't like the last person that was in the box. Yeah, me neither. They were a piece of shit. Stop that. Your Ashland voice is freaking me out. All right. Z06 Poppy, I'm going to ask you 3 questions and then we can get to the conversation. Are you at least 18? What pronouns do you go by? And are you a theist or an atheist?
Yeah, I'm 25, theist, him.
All right, what kind of theist?
Orthodox Christian.
All right, which one of the 6 questions would you like to answer for me?
Oh, is this not an open, you want me to go through prompts or?
Yeah, you just pick one of the 6 questions up above and we'll talk and you can give me a answer for my question.
I don't really have a contention or not. I don't really have an answer for any of those.
You don't have an answer for them? All right.
No,
I
guess I would.
I guess you can head out then, right?
No, I was just coming up here because I thought you were implying something was wrong with Christianity.
I don't believe it. Do you have a reason why I should be a Christian?
Yeah, I mean, it would just be appealing to something that's better than something you made up.
But what did I make up?
Yeah, you're appealing to subjective morality.
Well, that's all there is. I need
Well,
evidence.
That's not necessarily true.
Do you have evidence for objective morality?
Yeah, is there a higher chance that objective morality exists, or is there a higher chance that only subjective morality exists?
Well, considering that I've never been given any positive evidence for objective morality, I would have to say a higher chance that I do know subjective morals exist because I exude them all the time. So higher chance for subjective. Do you have any?
Are you an anti-moralist?
I don't know what that means. I'm not a philosopher. Do you have any positive evidence for objective morality, though?
What would you define as positive evidence?
Like something
like philosophical arguments?
Like any kind of evidence that's not just like I don't like subjective morality, therefore objective morality is true, but like an argument that actually gives me reasons to believe that objective morality is true, other than you don't like or objective or that subjective morals make you uncomfortable. Are you going to give me a philosophy argument?
Yeah, 100%.
All right. In that case, because my audience hates philosophy, I have what's here called the Philbro timer. Here, let me just start it. I'll start it over so that you get the full. So this is the Philbro timer. And you have to follow all these rules if you're going to engage in like philosophy questions. And so the 5 rules of the Philbro time rule book is 1, you must talk at a measured pace. You don't seem to have a problem with that, so that's good. Most Philbros, they talk at like 1,000 miles per hour. Number 2, if you use technical jargon, that jargon must be explained, which relates to number 3. Explain to me like I'm your grandmother, because I am not the philosophy guy. And then number 4, your goal is that in this debate must be to persuade me, not simply to win a debate. Because if you're only here to win a debate, I don't want to talk to you. And then number 5, you have 5 minutes. So do you agree to the terms of this rule book?
Sure.
All right. All right. Give me your argument for objective morals.
Yeah, so I would be appealing to something that I believe is true. So I believe in the classical theism argument of actuating and potentiality. Potentiality cannot actually be actuated without some sort of creator. For example, if I have a phone and I have a charger, the phone will never be charged unless I plug it into something. But if I have like an infinite amount of chargers, like, will the phone ever actually be charged? You would say
if B
no.
theory, if B theory time is true, then yeah, all moments in time are equally present. So it's not really a problem.
Wait, so you're saying that if I have a phone and I plug it into infinite amount of chargers, that it eventually will be charged?
Oh, if you have a phone that's plugged into even one charger, it'll get charged eventually.
Well, if the charger's not plugged in anything, right? Just like a bunch of extension cords that just are infinite, like, will it ever charge?
No, but that's not what the universe is.
That is, because potentiality needs to be actuated.
Yeah, it's just all effects have underlying causes.
Yeah, so like if there's no cause, then like
no, there are causes. There are many causes.
Okay, so what creates that cause?
The thing that comes before it.
Okay, so a creator?
No, the thing that comes before it. We don't know it's a creator, like an agent. It could just be an object or thing. Like, for example, why did I choose why did I choose Dr. Pepper Zero Sugar over Dr. Pepper, regular Dr. Pepper? And there's the underlying causes that I just wanted a healthier choice, but still wanted the taste of Dr. Pepper. That would be an underlying cause. And then that cause is just the effect of another underlying cause. And just, as far as I know, goes back ad infinitum.
Okay, but wouldn't you have to have like a conscious mind to like reason with underlying cause?
My mind is conscious.
Yeah, right. So like you're the actuator, right? In the potentiality.
No, things happen to me. Like when the fact that I chose Dr. Pepper Zero Sugar over regular Dr. Pepper was because of like some underlying cause that, like I wanted a healthier choice, but wanted Dr. Pepper. And the reason I wanted that was because of another underlying cause. I'm just like the end result of like a lot of like determined choices and effects and causes.
So, okay. So when you said that potentiality, right, we talked about the analogy with the chargers and the extension cords, right? So if I had an infinite amount of extension cords, how could the phone ever be charged?
It wouldn't, but that's not what the universe is.
That is what the universe is. Do you believe in infinite regress?
No. Yeah, I don't see any problem with infinite regress.
Man.
If B theory of time is true, then that kind of deals with the problem of infinite regress.
Man, you really threw me off with your analogy. I really don't even know where you were going with that. Could you repeat that?
Which analogy?
The one about underlying causes.
Yeah.
So like you're just saying things happen for a reason?
Every effect has an underlying cause. That cause is itself an effect with its own underlying cause. And as far as I know, this just goes back forever.
So you're saying causes happen without, or effects happen without the cause?
No, the effects happen because of the underlying cause, and it just goes back forever.
So what would that not be a creator in your analogy?
No, creators are agents that intentionally create things. Like,
okay, so without an agent, could you get to that effect?
To which effect exactly?
The cause, and then obviously an effect after.
Be specific. Be specific.
Yeah, so like the analogy of that I brought up with the phone and the infinite amount of chargers, right? Plugged into extension cords.
You have to have an agent for that because phones are human-made objects, and so are chargers. And the only way you can put chargers into phones is if a person puts them in there.
Okay, but what happens if the phone is never charged? Like if I have a phone,
if the phone is never charged, then it doesn't get charged.
Okay, so that would mean that there's no creator.
What?
I don't. You might be a little too low tier for this, bro.
Sounds like you just had a bad argument, and now you're blaming your interlocutor for your ineptitude. But you know what? That's the end of the 5 minute. That's the end of the 5 minute timer. But maybe next time you'll have a better argument for your God or Christianity being true. People who describe other people as low tier are so fucking cringe. Hi, Cam and Joshua Bowen. Good to see both of y'all in here. Either one of you are more than welcome to come up and hang out if you want to. All right. Sammy Okagba. Sammy, I'm going to ask you 3 preliminary questions, and then we'll get to the whichever question you want to answer. Are you at least 18 years old? What pronouns do you go by? And are you a theist or an atheist? Ooh, did y'all hear my stomach growl? Crazy. Well, it looks like Sammy might not have the appropriate equipment to come up. Feed the Duncan. What am I going to eat after today's live? Oh yeah, after that conversation with Chaos, I'm kind of craving chocolate pudding now. Oh, what you doing down there? Y'all should see. She's down. She's sleeping over here. Wait a minute. Mimi. Oh man. It's funny, Dr. Bowen. I was going across your lives and I saw that you are now also known as the bow tie Bible guy. I have to let people know now that I'm the Bible guy, but not the bow tie Bible guy. You're good, man. Love your videos. Also, don't you have a new book out really recently? You need to make more content. It's been a while. Absolutely, I encourage you to make more content. I see you occasionally on panels. Only ascots for Duncan. You seen the news about Christo husband? Who's Christo? I don't know who that is. Learn to read ancient Hebrew. Oh, fantastic. I definitely implore more people to learn ancient Hebrew. For sure. It would help my conversations go by a lot quicker if the Christians online would learn some Hebrew. Just a modicum amount would be fantastic. And also if Christians could learn that the Strong's Concordance is not really a reliable dictionary. The birds work for the Burgesi? Bourgeois? I don't know what that means. Bourgeois. Is that based on the bourgeois? I found another account named the Bible Guy. Oh yeah, there's a Christian on here somewhere called the Bible Guy. I wonder if I know I don't like doing the whole dick measuring thing, but I wonder if I have more followers than the other Bible guy out there. Let's take a look. Let's see. Go to TikTok. Go to the home. Let's see. The Bible Guy. The Bible Guy. Live. Christy Gnome? I don't know. I don't listen, guys. I don't watch a lot of TV. If it's important enough, it makes its way to me via friends and TikTok videos. But I have to keep measured how much I actually watch news because it gets kind of depressing. There's the Bible Guys. They have 2,987 followers, so I got 10K, so we're good. And then there's another guy who's called the Bible Guy. He's also got 2K followers. So it looks like we're overall we're doing. I mean, listen, if y'all want to send send the Bible guy a link to the live and tell him to come up and defend the Christian faith, we can get Bible guy versus
I sent
Bible
you
guy.
the count on Discord. He has about 26K followers.
26K?
Yeah.
I'm seeing here. Oh, the other one, he's got 32K. That's right. All right. Tell him. I mean, whoever wants to send him, because I don't like to.
I was about to say, at this rate, we need to have a live where everyone battles and we see who's the true Bible guy.
That would be so.
And only one person gets to keep the name.
Yep, I
With
like
the
that.
throwdown, yeah.
I like
There
that.
could be different categories.
That sounds good, actually. You know, Bible guy, if you're out there and you're seeing this, I'll like clip this later and tag
He
him.
follows me, so maybe if he scrolls through and sees me on live, I don't know why he follows me. I'm gonna be so for real.
I'll clip this in and tag him in it. Maybe we'll see. That's so.
But I was like, I think you might have a good conversation with him.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he'd be like one of the few Christians that know the Bible. That would be fantastic. And also, yeah.
I'm gonna go down. I'm doing homework. I just thought it was really funny, and you might have a good laugh with him or something.
Okay, thank you, Micaiah.
Bye.
Sammy is back. Also, hi, Lath. Good to see you.
Hi.
Okay, Sammy, welcome back to the live again. Did you have one of the topics you'd like to talk with us about now? Oh wait, you didn't even come up in the first place, so I didn't get to ask you the questions. So I'm going to ask you 3 preliminary questions, and then we can have the conversation. So, are you at least 18 years old? What pronouns do you go by? And are you a theist or an atheist? And if you are a theist, what kind?
I'm a Christian. I'm 20 years old. I believe that the Bible is true.
Wait. You only answered 2 of my questions. The second question was, what pronouns do you go by?
I'm he.
All right, fantastic. You want to talk about number 2?
Yeah, sure.
All right, Sammy, is the Bible true?
Exactly. Yes.
All right, why should I think it is true?
It's the living, breathing Word of God.
Why should I think why should I think the Bible is the breathing, living Word of God?
You could yuck it up all you want, buddy.
What?
You could yuck it up all you want.
Yuck it up? Doesn't to yuck up mean to throw something up? I don't understand.
Yeah.
I can throw up. I don't. Why should I think the Bible is the inspired Word of God or whatever?
You can mock my God, buddy.
I'm not mocking.
I'm mocking.
I'm asking a question.
You can mock my God all you want, man.
Sammy, are you really insecure or something? Because I'm not mocking your God right now.
No, you don't know. You don't know. You may have the guts.
Sammy, are you okay?
You may have the guts, man.
Sammy, are you okay? Are you okay, Sammy? Sammy, are you okay? Are you okay,
Well,
Sammy?
I'm pretty sure you're an atheist. Goodbye.
Okay, bye, Sammy.
Shocker, the Bible guy's an atheist. Yeah.
That was so wild. He went, fixed his mic, and then came back to just crash out.
Just so we're all clear, yes, I, the Bible guy, am an atheist. Rabbi, you're more than welcome to request up. And
Rabbi is an amazing name. That's hilarious.
It's a kosher burger for sure. Also, Chaos, I'm not bringing you up. I've already let you up twice, and you failed to give me any positive argument for your position. Oh, Sammy's back. Sammy, why should I think the Bible is the inspired word of God?
I'm the prince of all science. You don't know what that is.
What?
The prince of all science. Do you know who Vegeta is?
Oh, you might. Okay, you might be mentally unwell. I probably shouldn't have you up here.
I don't care.
All right. Mick Rabbi. Mick Rabbi, I'm going to ask you 3 preliminary questions, and then we'll get to the conversation at hand. Are you at least 18 years old? What pronouns do you go by? And are you a theist or an atheist?
Well, I'm above 18,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm a Christian.
Okay.
So, yeah, and I'm in a country we don't ask people about pronouns. Ghana is a country, you know, we have he and she.
But okay, you know what pronouns are though. So which one do you go by?
So we refer to men as him, he. So I'm a man, so I use him and he.
Okay. McRabbi, he, him, I'm Dalton the Bible Guy. Which one of the 6 questions would you like to answer for us?
Well, I want to know why you don't believe that Jesus is the Messiah, the Son of God.
Oh yeah, do you think he is the
Because,
Messiah?
yeah, I believe he is the Messiah.
Why?
And I know he is the Messiah. Because first and foremost, do you believe in the Bible as the authority?
No.
So it will be difficult to convince somebody who doesn't believe that the Bible is an authoritative material.
Well, that kind of goes into
So
number 2.
let me start from there.
Yeah, that would go into number 2. Is the Bible true? So why should I think the Bible's true?
Yes, because the Bible says the Bible is true.
Okay.
And that is, when you mean Bible, what do you mean by Bible? What you mean by Bible is actually
a Bible
only
is
true book.
Bible is a collection of books used by Christians and Jews, and depending on what sect of Christianity or what sect of Judaism you belong to, it could be any number of different books.
All right. So I'm talking about the scriptures. The scriptures, the canonized Bible of the 6 books. It all tells one story.
So the Protestant Bible. Okay. I don't think it does tell one story though. I think there's.
Yeah, I can show you. There's no verse in the Bible that is not pointing to Jesus Christ. Everything in the Bible tells one story.
Oh, there's nothing in the Hebrew Bible, the Old Testament, that points to Jesus. Not one thing.
Okay, let's start from Genesis.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's start from Genesis 3.
Genesis 3:15?
That's 15. Yeah, what does it say?
Yeah, Genesis 3:15 is just an etiology about why humans and snakes don't like each other. That's it.
No. It says that the God the Bible says, I will put enmity between the serpent, which is actually a figure. It doesn't mean a literal snake.
Well, why should I think it's not just why should I think it's not just referring to a snake?
Because the other part of this verse talks about the seed of the woman. What is that?
That's humans.
Does women have seed?
Yes.
No, women don't have seeds.
Seed in Hebrew, zerah, it doesn't refer just to sperm. It also just refers to offspring in general.
Yeah, and women don't have offsprings according to Jewish
no, they do.
Tradition.
Isaac was the offspring of Sarah.
They don't have.
Yes, Isaac was the Isaac was the offspring of Sarah. She is his
offspring.
Offspring just means your children.
Patrilineal. Jews are patrilineal. They are not matrilineal.
That's not
true. So inheritance is traced from the father.
No, your Jewishness in Judaism is determined by if your mother is Jewish or not. At least that's how it is today.
No, we know that it took some daughters to stand even to get their father's inheritance, right? In the days of Moses. So even that the Jews do not really even believe that women can inherit over many years.
Sure, but that doesn't mean that doesn't mean that women don't have seed.
In the Bible, women are not counted. When we take about 12,000 people, we're talking about
McRabbi. I know that the Bible shits. I know the Bible shits on women all the time. How does this demonstrate that Genesis? It does. How does this mean that? McRabbi, how does this lead me to believe that Genesis 3:15 is about Jesus, as opposed to just humans and snakes are in hostility with one another?
We know that biologically, physically, scientifically, we have zoos. People have snakes as pets.
Sure,
so literally, it's not talking about literal snakes.
No, it's just being
it's not wrong. It would just beyond. We have nurses.
Okay.
You are okay.
I guess I have to mute you. No, that just means the Bible makes a general statement because generally people don't like snakes, and especially in the ancient world, people today a lot more friendly towards snakes. In the ancient world, when people saw snakes, generally what they do, they stepped on their heads. They tried to kill them. There was a lot of hostility between snakes and people in the ancient world. And therefore, in this myth about the Garden of Eden, they chose, like, they wanted to explain, what is the origin of that hostility? And so they created this myth to explain that origin, as well as the origin of, like, why women have a lot of pain in childbirth, why men have to work the field, etc.
Bible guy, let's talk about reality here. When you go to Australia, it's known as a country of snakes, right?
Yeah, I
but
don't care about Australia.
There's a law that protects snakes in Australia. So you can't just kill a snake because
fun fact,
it comes to your house.
McRabbi, did modern day Australians write the book of Genesis?
I'm trying to say that let's face reality here.
I would love that.
In the Bible, you remember that there was a time when snakes
real quick, McRabbi. Did modern day Australians write the book of Genesis?
No, please.
Okay. Were the authors of the book of Genesis ancient Near Eastern Israelites?
Well, I'm trying to show you that serpent in the Genesis is not a literal snake, because snakes don't eat dust.
No, they crawl on their belly, which the author just interprets as them eating dust.
They don't eat dust. They don't eat dust. That's not what it means.
Does Satan eat dust?
No.
Okay, then don't fucking say it's Satan. Then I'm just going to say that this is just the way that ancient Near Eastern peoples describe snakes riding around on their bellies, that they're eating dust.
No.
Now what?
You know, in Revelation, we talk about the ancient serpent.
Yeah, that's not a reference to Genesis 3:15. That's not a reference to Genesis 3:15. That's
Satan is that serpent.
McRabbi, you've got to stop doing that when I'm trying to respond to you. When I'm trying to respond, shut the fuck up. So the serpent of Revelation chapter 12, verse 9 is not a reference to Genesis 3:15. It's a reference to a different serpent from the Old Testament, specifically a serpent that's found in the book of Isaiah. There's a serpent in the book of Isaiah that's also called a dragon, and that serpent is Leviathan. That's what the author of book of Revelation is making reference to. For example, do you know how many heads, according to the ancient myths, Leviathan had?
Let me respond here. Do you know about the Nehushtan?
Is that an answer to my question?
No, I'm trying to ask you.
In the ancient world, you don't get to ask a question until you answer mine. In the ancient,
how do you know that? Okay, tell me, prove to me that Revelation is not referring to Genesis.
Shh.
Prove to me.
Shh. All right. The Leviathan serpent. In the ancient Near Eastern mythologies, do you know how many heads Leviathan had?
We don't have the Leviathan serpent as the one being referred to in Genesis and Revelation.
Wow, that didn't answer my question. In the ancient Near East, McRabbi, just say you don't know. McRabbi, just say you don't know, and I'll give you the answer.
Yeah, I'm listening. Go ahead.
How many heads did Leviathan the serpent have in ancient Near Eastern mythology?
I don't know.
The answer is 7 heads. Do you know what else the dragon in the book of Revelation has?
7 heads.
7 heads. Do you think that's just a coincidence?
It's not a coincidence.
All right.
Leviathan is different.
Leviathan is also a sea serpent. Comes from the sea. Do you know where the dragon comes from in the book of Revelation?
Have you ever seen Leviathan before?
That's not answering my question.
No, I'm also asking you, have you ever seen a Leviathan before?
McRabbi, you don't get to ask a question after I've just asked you a question. That's not how that works. You answer my question when I ask you a question. Where does the serpent, where does the dragon, the serpent come from in the book of Revelation?
From the sea.
From the sea. So we have the book of Revelation, which describes this thing, which is called a serpent and a dragon. It's called the ancient serpent and the dragon. And it comes from the sea and has 7 heads. Then we have this other mythological creature called Leviathan, which is mentioned in the book of Isaiah. It also has 7 heads. It comes from the sea. It's called dragon and ancient serpent. Same exact description. The author of Revelation is not pulling upon Genesis 3:15. They're pulling upon Isaiah's Leviathan creature.
So why would that serpent want to swallow the child?
In the book of
that was
Revelation?
reborn. Yeah.
Because the author of book of Revelation is saying that Leviathan is Satan and the child is Jesus, and therefore he wants to swallow the child. He wants to destroy
Genesis
Satan.
is saying that it shall bruise thy heel.
Yeah, that's what
and
humans
you
do.
will crush his head.
Yeah, that's what humans do.
No. So wait, why? So we know that the conflict in Genesis 3:15 is what was being reiterated in Revelation 3.
No, we don't know that.
So that is true, because it's going to
in fact I would push heavily against that.
All right. So the reason why the Bible is true is because it's the most discussed book.
So wait,
and right now
are we moving away from
discussing that.
Wait a minute. Are we moving away from Genesis 3:15 now?
Yes. I'm going to show you that Jesus is the Messiah, because in every religious book, especially the Quran,
really, here
we have Jesus. Wait a minute.
Where is Jesus referred to in the Bhagavad Gita or the Pali Canon, which are the holy texts found in Hinduism and Buddhism?
Well, I don't have time to show you all that, but I can show you that in the Quran.
Wait. Yes, sir. Does he appear in those books?
Yeah.
You're fucking liar. He doesn't.
It's true.
You just
Check
say
it out.
Look at that.
That is called the word of Allah.
No. I asked you, does Jesus appear in the Bhagavad Gita or in the Pali Canon, which are the holy texts of Hinduism and Buddhism? Yes or no? Does Jesus make an appearance in those books?
They all make reference to Jesus.
Really? So
they speak about Jesus.
Where does Jesus get spoken about in the Bhagavad Gita? Could you show us?
Well, I cannot show you now because I don't have the text.
I think you can't show me because you're
but
just. I think you can't show me because you're just making shit up. If you were honest, you would know that the Bhagavad Gita was written before Jesus was even alive. So no, Jesus isn't referenced in it. So it would be better for you. So it would be a better look for you is if you didn't just give answers to things you don't know the answer to. Just say, I don't know. The only other religion besides Christianity that make direct reference to Jesus of Nazareth are going to be the Quran, because the author of the Quran used Christianity and Judaism as a starting point for his religion. And two, the Talmud may make a reference to Jesus of Nazareth in a certain instance. And outside of those religions, and Baha'i because it's modern. But besides that, no other ancient religions make reference to Jesus of Nazareth. Only religions that were branching forth from Christianity as a prior religion.
All right. So I just want to say that the Bible is true because every predictions, prophecies in it has been fulfilled. And those ones that are yet fulfilled are come to pass.
I'm going to show you a passage from Isaiah 52. Isaiah 52 was written when the Jewish people were about to leave exile in Babylon. So around the 6th century BCE. And this is what God says to the Jewish people in Isaiah 52, verse 1. Okay. No, this is in the 6th century BCE. Awake, awake. Put on your strength, O Zion. Put on your beautiful garments, O Jerusalem, the holy city. For the uncircumcised and the unclean shall never enter you anymore. Did the uncircumcised and the unclean ever enter in Jerusalem after this prophecy was given?
Prophecy is conditional, okay?
No.
Prophecy is conditional.
Where is the condition in Isaiah 52 that says, but if you do this, then that won't be the case?
In a general context of the scriptures, every prophecy is conditional based on obedience.
No. You would need to provide evidence of that. At best, you can show that certain prophecies were conditional, but you're not going to be able to demonstrate that all prophecies are conditional. Where does the Bible say all prophecies are conditional?
I'm a prophet. Every prophecy that
you're
you
not
give
a prophet.
somebody.
You're not a prophet.
All right. I'm telling you because right now
you're a hoax. You're a con
that
artist.
You speak about.
You're a liar.
Bible. All right. Right. I think you're calling me names now.
Yeah.
But what's the best-selling book in the history of the world?
Don't give a shit. I don't care how popular a book is. I only care whether or not that book is true.
I'm just asking the question. I'm just asking a question.
McRabbi, you're quite literally making what's called the argument from popularity, which is a logical fallacy. The popularity of an idea, like the Bible being a best-selling book, does not mean that the book is true. At one point, the most popular belief was that the earth was flat. Now the most popular belief is that the earth is round. Did the earth magically transform from being flat to round because more people started believing the round earth? Or is it just that it doesn't matter what is most popular? Something can be false and still be popular.
It means if it's popular, it means it's something worth considering, right?
And I've done that. I have considered the Bible.
For you to be called the Bible guy, your name is Bible guy.
Because I know
which
the Bible
means that
because I know the Bible better than you. That's why I'm called the Bible guy.
No, you don't understand the Bible.
I do.
You know the verses. You don't understand the Bible.
Oh no, I understand the Bible better than you do.
Because if you think the serpent is literal snake, then you don't know nothing about the Bible.
I do. You're just wrong. You've yet to give me any good reason to think it's. You've given me. Yeah, I do because you're wrong.
You're really ignorant.
Yeah, you're just wrong. You don't know. You don't. What's the Hebrew word for seed?
I don't know. I don't read. I'm not Hebrew.
It's zera. You know what zera means? It just means offspring. Do women have offspring?
Men have offspring.
Do women have offspring? Wait, do men
have offspring?
I didn't shoot out of my daddy's dick. Who did I come out of?
From your daddy's dick, sir.
I did not come out. I did not shoot out of my daddy's dick. Where did I come from?
That's where the sperm come from. The sperm. That is what it's called.
Did my
seed.
dad give birth to me?
Being born by a mom.
Did my dad? Did my dad
Please.
give birth to me? Yes or no?
Oh Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. Okay, listen.
Don't take the name of the Lord in
let me tell
vain.
you something.
Yes or I don't care. Yes or no? Did my dad give birth to me?
Your dad is the father.
I didn't.
Father
Yes
means
or
the progenitor.
I don't want to hear anything outside of your fucking mouth other than a yes or a no. Did my dad give birth to me? All right.
Yes, your dad gave birth to you.
Am I made of just sperm or was I made of sperm and egg? Do I have 46 chromosomes from my dad or do I have 23 chromosomes from my dad and 23 from my mom?
Well, it depends on the jurisdiction you are in. But in Africa, the father is the owner of the child.
I didn't ask. Take the earwax out of your fucking ears and listen to the question, not that you want me to ask you, but the question I actually am asking you. Yes or no, is a child made out of 46 chromosomes from the dad, or is the child made of 23 chromosomes from the dad and 23 chromosomes from the mom?
But that doesn't really matter to me.
Yes, or which one is true?
Come on, I'm not a scientist.
I don't care.
So
I don't.
please,
This is basic. I learned this in high school. How many chromosomes did you receive from your? Did you receive any chromosomes from your mom, or are you just a genetic anomaly?
Jesus, I'm
Don't take
surprised
the
you
name
don't
of
know that
God
the
in
father
vain.
owns the child.
Fun fact: my dad.
No, it's not in vain.
Fun fact: my dad didn't fucking own me. You twat. Parents don't own their kids. You know, can you do whatever you want with? I can own my car. I own my car, right?
Yeah.
Can I take a sledgehammer to my car?
Yeah.
Okay, if my dad owns me, can he take a sledgehammer to my head?
You're human. The car is not human, please.
So,
but you can be disciplined. You can be whipped.
I can't. Oh, actually, no, not in my country. You'll get fucking called on for that shit because that's child abuse. You don't
And
fucking
that's
hit.
why we have this
You
problem
you
of
don't.
people
You
don't
don't. You
understand
don't
anything.
fucking hit kids ever. That's a
The
no-no.
reason why we don't have
Here,
because
where's
the Bible.
Here, I'm gonna spray ball. Tss, tss. Bad Nick Rabbi. No, bad boy. No, we don't hit kids. Tss, tss. Bad boy. Now, did I get 23 chromosomes from my mom too, or did I get all 46 from my dad, Nick Rabbi? Because I don't give a shit about the question of owning. I didn't ask you about owning. I asked you about my genetics. Did I get 23 chromosomes from my mom, or did I get all 46 from my dad?
You got 23 from your mom.
Okay, so I am the offspring of both my mom and my dad, correct?
But your dad is the head of the family.
I didn't ask if my dad was the head of the family. Listen, dipshit. I am the genetic offspring of my mom and my dad, correct or incorrect? I didn't ask about being owned by them. I didn't ask about who the head of the house. I don't give a shit about that. I'm asking about who I am the offspring of, genetically speaking.
You are great. So genetically speaking, the word genetics is what makes a father.
I don't have genetics from my mom.
Your father genes is what is used to trace your identity.
All my genes did not come from my dad alone, McRabbi. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you like, I don't know, maybe you just had a really bad education. But let me educate you a little bit on this. When a mommy and a daddy love each other very much, or they get drunk one night, they do this thing they have sex. Okay, guy take pee pee, and woman take hoo ha, and they put pee pee in hoo ha, and sperm come out from pee pee and go into hoo ha. Okay, and then sperm meet egg. Man have 23 chromosomes. Woman have 23 chromosomes. They make baby. So genetics from both mama and dada. And therefore, I am offspring of both mama and dada. So yes, women have offspring. Did that make sense to you?
Women have offspring. It makes a lot of sense.
Okay.
But I'm speaking about the Bible.
And the word for and the word for seed and the word for
can you speak?
And the word and the word for seed in the Bible, Zera, just refers to offspring. It doesn't just refer to your sperm. That's where you're wrong. Zera doesn't refer just to sperm. It just means offspring. Because if Zera means sperm, do plants have sperm? McRabbi?
We're talking about.
Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Do plants have sperm?
We are shifting from the topic. Can we just focus on the topic, please?
We are. Do plants have sperm?
Genesis 3 verse 15.
Do plants have sperm? Do plants have sperm? I will keep fucking asking you the question until you answer. Does plant have sperm?
Plants have seeds. They have seeds.
But they don't have sperm, right?
The seed is the sperm is a biological sense. The seed is the sperm.
This is so sad. McRabbi, I'm giving you an F for your fucked up biology that you don't understand. So in Hebrew, Zera just means offspring. That's all it means. Just offspring. And men can have offspring.
And in the Bible,
and women
offspring
means offspring. It just means your offspring. Your child. Whether it's the mother's child or the father's child. Jesus.
Bible guy, let me ask you. Can I ask a simple question? I'm gone. One question.
Please.
The subject of Genesis 3:15, is it the woman or the man?
Of which verse?
Of Genesis 3:15.
Genesis 3:15?
Is the subject male?
Oh, the woman's seed, her offspring.
Great. So we know it's a miracle from that, just the word go.
Nope.
It's a miracle for a woman to have a seed.
Nope.
Because a woman cannot get pregnant by herself alone.
McRabbi, she didn't. Adam fucked Eve. Read Genesis chapter 5. Adam took his pee-pee and put it in Eve's hoo-ha, and she had children. You know that it says in the book of Genesis that Sarah has seed, right? McRabbi, are you aware of this?
Yes. What?
That Sarah has seed? Are you aware?
Give me the reference. Let me see.
Yeah, let me pull it up. Let me see.
Give me the reference.
Nick Rabbi, I'm a woman and I have 3 children. Aren't they my offspring? Just checking real quick.
You cannot get pregnant without a man having sex with you.
That's not.
I'm sorry. I think you didn't hear what I asked you. I'll ask it again. I have 3 children. Are they my offspring?
They are children.
So they're not my offspring?
They're not your offspring.
Okay, I don't have offspring. Okay, that's good to know.
Mick Rabbi,
you speaking.
You fuck you. What? Whoa. Okay.
I tell you what, the women paying child support are going to be very excited.
Yeah, go fuck yourself for saying that. Just because a woman, I know you don't like women, but when women talk, you fucking listen, you prick. The answer, by the way, is Genesis chapter 17, verse 16. God says about Sarah, I will bless her, and moreover, I will give you a son by her. I will bless her, and she shall become nations. Kings of people shall come from her. And the word for offspring or child in there is the Hebrew word zerah, meaning seed. You dumbass. Yeah, wild. All right. No, McRabbi, you're not coming back up after that comment. You suck. You have horrible. You need to go and take remedial biology class and maybe even remedial Hebrew. But I'm not entertaining your bullshit no longer. You just pushed me further away from Jesus. Congratulations, McRabbi. I'm not loving it.
I don't have offspring. I'm still stuck on that.
Yeah, it's crazy that also you don't get to run your mouth in the comment section either. It's crazy that apparently Lathe has children, but she doesn't have offspring. Words just don't mean words anymore, I suppose.
Nope.
All right.
All different.
Maybe the next guest will be better. Hammy, are you at least 18? What pronouns do you prefer to go by? And are you a theist or an atheist?
My age is 35. I go by he, him, and I am an atheist.
Fantastic. I knew it because you answered too quickly. Hammy, what brings you up to the show?
Yeah. Yeah, right. I didn't go, I don't do those nonsense stuff. No. I came up here because I wanted to ask the McRabbi a few questions as well, but he decided to be a fuckface, so we're just gonna let that go there.
Yeah.
But Laith, I need to know. Apparently, you're out here stealing children. I guess now. You
Yeah.
have 3 of them. Like, whose children are you stealing? Like, where did this come from?
I'll be honest. They wandered in to my house, and they were pretty cute, and just
so
like
you trapped
clockwork.
them.
Like one wandered in as a baby. Don't ask me how they wandered in. One wandered in every 2 years. It happened 3 times. Finally, I got a baby gate. No more kids. It's great. No more kids. It's great.
One of y'all got an echo. Oh, it's you, Brian. All right.
I fixed it.
Okay, fantastic. Yeah, I mean that's literally the only way a woman can have children that not have offspring is if they're adopted or stolen.
Of course.
Otherwise, Genesis 3:15 wasn't proof of Jesus. It's proof that the ancients thought that the reason why humans and snakes fought each other was because of some magical bullshit in the Garden of Eden. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, there's no natural explanations such as snakes tend to just bite people, and that people tend to then step on them and try to kill them, like unalive them. Like no, can't be that. It has to be a magic talking snake. That's the only logical.
McRabbi, I was about to say, I don't know why you're sitting in my my guest request box. I'm not bringing you back up after that bullshit. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, any questions I had for you are now just gone because of the way you spoke to my friend Leif, and the way you just do not know. No, all those questions are gone. So if that's the reason why you came back up, we're good.
I was actually about to ask him if he understood that, given the way that he's speaking, it would make actually more sense for Jesus to have been born a woman then, due to parthenogenesis.
He doesn't like science, and I don't think he would. I don't think he definitely didn't know basic biology, so I guarantee you he wouldn't have understood what parthenogenesis was. Big Rabbi,
playing the
again,
home game,
you're not coming.
Parthenogenesis.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Parthenogenesis, for those playing the home game, is the idea of virgin birth. You actually see it in some skinks and other lower forms of life, and it is when you wind up with a female creating a clone of herself genetically. The issue is that in humans you can't get that, but in the event that you got a virgin birth in a human, Jesus would have been born female, so you could technically say that if it did happen, Jesus was most likely a trans man.
Yeah, I mean, well, he had a penis.
I mean, allegedly, is that in the scripture?
What, him having a penis?
Yeah.
Yes. Luke chapter 2, his mom takes him to go get circumcised.
You could circumcise. You know, I don't want to bring up female circumcision. Never mind.
Yeah, that's more of a Muslim thing in certain African countries.
I mean, if you listen to the Muslims, they say that Jesus was, in fact, a devout Muslim. It's entirely possible.
And Moses was a devout Christian. Oh, man. Anyways.
I was on a live where somebody literally had sit there and said, I was like, so is Abraham, like, because he was talking about Christians and how Christ is seen, you know, in the Old Testament, which is nothing new. But I sit there and was like, so are you saying that that Abraham was a Christian? He goes, yes. Deadface said yes. I was like, are you telling me that Abraham, who did not even have an idea of a Christ-like figure, somehow, some way is still Christian? He's like, yeah. And I'm like, I kept thinking in my head, is this like a conversion from like Muslim, like a Muslim convert? Because like what?
No more bullshit, please. Yes, you are a lot. In fact, you can ask your question right now if you want. Come on up.
I do like it. Oh, sorry.
And ask your question, bud. Also, what I was going to say, there is a religion out there which is called Chrislam, real religion. It's found in parts of Africa. It is a synthesis of Christianity and Islam.
Wow, that's crazy.
That sounds interesting. That sounds like really interesting fan fiction.
Yeah. You can't prove Daniel wasn't written by Daniel. He prophesied many future events which occurred. No, Daniel wasn't written by Daniel. It was written in the 2nd century BCE. And I can even use a simple analogy, and that if you're honest, would show why we don't think Daniel was written by Daniel. All right, let's see. We got Rat Soup. Are you at least 18? What pronouns do you go by? And are you theist or atheist?
Yeah, Rat Soup, he, him. I am a atheist, and I just had a question for you as well. I actually sent it in your YouTube chat as well. I was reading about the plague of darkness in Exodus, and that seems like such a weird, specific sort of plague. I was wondering if that's like a reference to, I'm God's massager of meat over on YouTube as well.
Oh yes, I see you here. I'll just real quick, I'll just read these super chats, and once I get to yours is the second one, I'll answer it quick.
Oh, perfect. Well, then I'll back on that. Thank you so much.
Happy to help.
Let's see. At Mike D. Den with the $2, looking good, Daphne. Hey, thanks, Mike. And then at God's message massager of meat with the $4.99. Hey, Dalton. Hey, good to see you again, Rat Soup. Exodus 10:21-23 always stood out to me as an unusual plague. Is this a reference to another story or other kind of West Asian trope? So,
and just so that's the play. You said this plague of darkness. I'm not aware of other stories, but you know, this is something very primal. There's a primal sort of fear of the dark that humans have, and in the same way that so let me use a similar sort of situation to explain why this is used as a plague. So like humans, especially in the ancient Near East, were afraid of the ocean and the waters because they were deep, they were dark, they were chaotic. And so throughout the Hebrew Bible, the ocean and the seas are often used to represent chaos. And in another way, darkness is just a primal fear of that humans have, the fear of the dark. So taking that and ramping it up, you know, it's like, you know, fear of waters. Well, think about a world flood. Fear of darkness. Well, this is a darkness so deep, so thick that you can feel it pressing in on you physically from every corner. So this, I think, is there could very well be other stories or myths that this is like taking its cue from, but ultimately all of those myths are going to have their origin in that primal human fear of the dark. So here's your answer for that.
There's also moments in like natural history where basically what happens is like when a volcano erupts or whatever, and it covers the sky in the clouds of ash and all that good stuff. It does blot out the sun for long periods of time. And as a matter of fact, there is one recorded evidence of somewhere in, I want to say, like the Jerusalem area, where something similar happened, and it was an entire day of total darkness.
Are we talking
Because
about the eruption of Mount? Was it Vesuvius?
I think so. Yeah, it's the Vesuvius.
No,
eruption.
no, Pompeii.
Yes. Okay, so it's going to be in like Italy-ish area, right?
Yeah, I think that was during the 1st or 2nd century CE is when the Pompeii's Mount. They didn't even have a word for volcano yet, and they invented it because of what happened at Pompeii. That is a fact I actually learned from Doctor Who, and I looked it up, and it turned out it was true.
Yeah,
because volcano was
taken from like Vulcan, the god Vulcan.
At Joe and Klein with the $5. Do McRabbi come from between Ronald's fucking ribs? It's
good. No more bullshit, please. What is your question? Can you give a brief explanation why you lean towards Jesus existing? Maybe suggest something. I often just like assume it because like I think that it requires less amount of assumptions, like a Jewish guy existing and being crucified. Well, there were thousands and thousands of Jewish men in the 1st century that were crucified, and probably a lot of them were named Jesus. Also, like it doesn't like I can assume a historical Jesus and it doesn't like hurt the conversation whatsoever. I gave the Christians as much ground as I'm willing to give them. And also I am convinced that Paul was a real person. I've never been given a good reason to think otherwise. And Paul does mention meeting Jesus, his brother. I think it's hard to have a brother if you don't exist. And I'm not quite sold on it means brother in the cultic status way, like, you know, like brother of the Lord sort of situation. So I just use the one I think is the simplest explanation. So that's why I generally just roll with the historical Jesus, because it just works for these conversations.
Yeah, I'm not a mythicist, and sometimes they give me shit for it. I'm not in the cool club.
Oh yeah. Like I'm like 49% mythicism, 51% historical Jesus. Like I'm literally as close to being on the fence as it gets. I just happen to lean a little bit more in favor of the historical Jesus, especially if it turns out the Talpiot tomb, which I've mentioned before earlier in this live, if it turns out the Talpiot tomb is real, then Jesus was definitely a real person because we have his bones. But it would be devastating for Christians. So don't think that this is like a good argument in favor of Christianity. It destroys your worldview. Absolutely. Kurgo, I think we've spoken to before, Kurgo, right?
Hey.
Have we spoken before?
Yeah. Yes, we have.
Just so I can get
friendly. I'm 22.
All right, fantastic.
I just wanted to bring up Isaiah 65:25. I hear people bring up the snakes eating dust and say this is some, like they'll try to invent some sort of something about it, and this is just how the Bible describes snakes.
The wolf and the lamb shall feed together. The lion shall eat straw like the ox, but the serpent, its food shall be dust. They shall not hurt or destroy on all my holy mountains, says the Lord. So yeah, I mean, this is obviously the wolf and the lamb and the lion are all real animals and not metaphorical. And the same with the serpent. They're just like, this is just talking about animals will be at peace with humans, but the curse on the serpent remains.
Yeah, and then if I can ask a question about so the Hirek. I've been like looking at the Septuagint and how it transliterates the Hebrew words, and like so not a Hirek Yod, but just a Hirek on its own is like 98% of the time they use epsilon. So do you think originally it was like not an E sound, but something closer to an E?
When they transliterate or just translate?
I don't I think I'm using the right word.
So so translate is when you like an example of a translation would be like
transliterate, yeah.
Mashiach is Christo translated.
Transliterate.
Messiah is transliterate. So which word exactly are you looking at that gets transliterated?
Most of the names so come to mind: Rebecca, Jephthah, Jethro.
Right, because in
Hezekiah.
Hebrew it's Rivka.
Yeah.
And I guess in Greek it's what like Rebecca or something like that. Close to Rebecca.
Yeah, Rebecca.
Yeah, I don't know why. I mean, as far as I can tell,
there's only a few. I think David is one of the only ones, but then in the later books, David is spelled with a yod, like in Ezekiel and Ezra.
In Hebrew it's David. It's a long double E sound, David. And then it's just turned to a short I, David, or Dawid.
No, but I'm saying like in mostly it's Dalet Vav Dalet, but in the latest books it's Dalet Vav Yod Dalet. So I feel like they started to
in the regular Tanakh, or because I know we have examples in the Dead Sea Scrolls where sometimes they'll spell David's name with a yud.
Ezra and Ezekiel.
Oh, okay. That makes those are later books. That explains why. Because there is no, while today we have a standardized way of spelling words, they don't in ancient Hebrew. So sometimes, like, you'll have the word gav, which means back, and sometimes it's spelled gimel vav, and sometimes it's spelled gimel bait. I don't know why it is that sometimes why I don't have any positive. I've never heard any Hebrew scholar make an argument that the kirik, because it's called, the reason we call it a kirik, the names of the vowels often contain the sounds that the vowels make. So like shva is a light E, like
no,
shva.
I mean, so I agree that Tiberians, when they made the system, it was the same sound, because that's why it's a Hirik and a Hirik Yod.
You're wondering if prior to the vowel points, if in biblical Hebrew it could have been pronounced differently.
Yeah, because it's epsilon.
It's kind of hard
95% of the time.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to know. You might want. I think the better person to ask for this specific question, other than me, because as good as my Hebrew is, I'm not. I don't think I'm proficient enough to answer that question. So watch, guys. This is what's called, for Christians who like to make things up, this is what's called humility. I don't know the answer to this, so I would point you to the bow tie Bible guy, Joshua Bowen. Message Joshua Bowen, and and if he's Dr. Bowen, if you're still here, but if he's not still here, but that would be the person I would go to and ask about that.
All right, don't want to hold you up, so bye and thank you.
Thank you for coming up, Kurgo.
I have been friends with Josh for like 10 years now, and to me, I don't know why. Huh?
Wonderful guy.
Oh, wonderful! Absolutely amazing. And to me, it's just I can't keep wrapping my brain around that. It just doesn't seem that long. But at the same time, I'm like, yeah, no, it's been about a decade now.
Yeah, time is crazy. I took 1 week off from doing this, and I felt like a fucking month. Someone said tonight with Kyle said, I'd prefer if Dalton gave me consent to waste his time, but thanks, Crunchy. What?
What?
Who's Crunchy? Who's Crunchy? But thank you. Humility is an attractive trait. I agree, which is why Christians seem to be very unattractive, in my opinion. Enter the serpent, eat pretty well. Is this Rage Gimel bait? From who? What would this is you. What would hammy be in Hebrew besides not kosher, obviously? Well, I mean, your name's not a biblical Hebrew name, is it? So we're asking like how would you like transliterate it? Use like Hebrew characters to write it out?
Yeah. How would you do that?
Let me see. How would I do that? First and foremost, it's not a very standard name, is it? If I was to take a stab at how I would do it, because I don't know if there's a Hebrew official translation here. I'll pull up my my screen.
See, that's why you should be like me and just be named a Hebrew name. Makes it a lot easier.
Lay, do you have a or you just talking about the word Lady of Heaven or your real name? Is like a biblical name?
No, my real name. My government name is a biblical Hebrew name.
It turns out my name is also Hebrew, but not biblical Hebrew. In modern Hebrew, Dalton apparently means kite, as I had an Israeli message me, and then show me that.
My government name does both my first and middle have ties to the Bible, but they're not as far as I know, they're not Hebrew names.
Mirrors. Why won't you mirror screen? Here, I need to. Maybe I'll just close out of it and bring it back up. Wow, for some reason it's being slow. This has never happened before. Give me a second to figure this out. If not, I'll just tell you how I'd say instead of just showing you. All right, the screen mirroring thing is not working for my iPad, so I guess that's a bust. Okay, so if I was to try to take a stab in the dark as to how I would spell hammy, and transliterate it into Hebrew, I would use 3 letters. I would use hey, mem, yod, and then I would put a kamatz under the what would I use a kamatz or would I use a patach? Kamatz, patach. I'll use kamatz. And then under the mem, I would put a kirik, and then I would put no vowel point underneath the yud. So it would be hami.
Dang, that is really, really close enough that people would be like, "Yep,
that's that guy."
That's dude, he's right there.
Seire is better. Seire for hame. I guess that's another one. Instead of saying hami, to say hame. That both sound just fine. Dalton, how did you learn Hebrew? So it was a long and arduous process because I didn't have formal teaching. Like I didn't take classes and stuff like that. And by the time I was learning from teachers, it was a bit late into the game. Basically, I was given a gift from my grandmother. Actually, I actually still have it on my shelf. One second. There we go. So my grandmother had a bunch of books, and one of the books that she donated to me was a Strong's Dictionary. Now, just fair warning, everyone, don't use the Strong's Dictionary for definitions. But this was it actually began a little bit before this. I opened up my King James Version Bible, which I also have on my shelf, and it had in Psalm 119 the alphabet. So I was able to learn the alphabet first. Then I got the Strong's Dictionary, and I was able to because while the dictionary definitions are not accurate, it does give you accurate pronunciation of words with the actual Hebrew next to it. So I was able to start learning vowel points, letters. And then I went to, what was the name of that one store? They don't have it anymore. It was like a bookstore, really cool, where all the hipsters went. You guys know what I'm talking about?
Walden.
Hastings. I went to Hastings.
Yeah.
I went to Hastings, and I found a copy of a Hebrew English parallel Tanakh, Hebrew Old Testament. And then I started more actively reading Hebrew. I had the Strong's Dictionary at the time. But I started learning the meaning of words basically from the Strong's, and then later on in my life, learning from rabbis that I would listen to online about what Hebrew words mean. And then eventually I found the Brown Driver's Briggs dictionary, which is the more accurate dictionary. And by the time that happened, I had been at least reading Hebrew for well over a decade. And now it's been, I was like, what, 15 or 16 when I started learning Hebrew. So it's been over 10, maybe 14 years or something like that. And it's just been one very long autodidactic journey. It wasn't until very, very recently that I started taking like any sort of like actual class. So
You decided to learn it on hard mode.
yeah. Don't do that, kids. Get an actual teacher, a competent teacher. I would suggest Dr. Bowen's book, or if you want to watch videos on this, the Great Courses Plus has a great course on Biblical Hebrew and Koine Greek on there for you to learn from. All right, super chat.
At Herbie Sean with the £5 guide, Governor. I've just started watching from the beginning. Sweet baby Jesus, the first caller, is the most boring caller ever.
Yeah, that chaos fella. Y'all told me he was boring, and you were definitely right. Jim, wait a minute. Defining God into existence. So, Jim, over in good to see you, Jim, over in the Discord live server. I haven't seen you before on there, so good to see you. Happy to have you on board, as well as also seeing Simi and Urchin on here. Good to see you, Jack. It's good to see y'all. I also got a message from one of my mods. Oh yeah, sorry. Okay, yeah. Because here's the thing. I forget that I need to fix the Filbro timer a bit because it's got an alarm at the end. I need to shorten it so it doesn't have the alarm at the end.
Is it Tuesday?
It is Tuesday.
You know what we could do, Duncan? You
What?
could call Rod of God Institute.
Who?
Do you not know about Rod of God Institute?
No.
Oh. You should go look at it. Rod of God Institute. So this couple supposedly has a that you can like get a degree. You can get like a doctorate in like 4 years, I think. And no, it's ridiculous.
Is this a diploma mill?
It's not even a diploma mill. It's like people set up folding chairs in their church basement.
Reverend
It's where Sergeant Roy got his PhD. Yeah.
Oh, that tells me everything I need to know.
And the only time you can register, and I've tried to call for like 2 weeks now, and the only time that you can register if you want to take classes are from 7 to 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Tuesdays. That's the only time.
They call themselves Rod of God?
Yeah, Rod of God Institute. You should look it up.
That sounds like
Rod of God.
That sounds like we're talking about God's penis. They need to. They should have hired a marketing team. That's bad.
Oh, they should have done lots of stuff. But yeah, I had questions, but I wasn't able to call. I called last week and it just rang and it went to. I think it is an answering machine actually, not voicemail, but an actual answering machine.
Oh, I'd have to find a way to like call in a way that y'all could hear.
1980s.
I guess I just put my phone up and put it on speakerphone.
Yeah.
They do this on
But
Tuesdays?
you should go check out the degree. Yeah, that's on Tuesdays from 7 to 8:30 Eastern.
I am gonna prank
That's
call
the only
them
time
now.
you can register.
I am gonna prank call them now and ask them if they realize how bad their name actually sounds.
You gotta wait another 8 minutes before they open, maybe.
Oh well, the show ends in 2 minutes, so that'll probably not gonna happen on air today. Maybe next week, because I'm hungry as hell.
Next week.
Oh,
Could you not?
Actually, no, it won't happen next week because I have to remember everyone that while we normally go live Saturday, Sunday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, next week we'll be live Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Thursday. We will not be live on Tuesday next week because next week is April the 7th and the upcoming Starfield update is coming out and I will be playing that for 2 days straight. So there's that.
Are you going to be streaming while you play it?
No. I will. The only games I'm going to stream in the future are going to be religious related games, but Starfield is that's my precious alone time game. And also the way I play is extremely boring for anyone who's watching. What was I going to say? Fuck me. Jesus Christ.
About you doing it Saturday,
yeah.
Sunday, Monday.
And just another reminder for everyone, this upcoming Sunday, we're going to be doing a special Easter Day event where I will be debating Catholic Answers AI Justin. This is their logo, the Rod of God. They should have hired a logo maker too. That's crazy.
It's the Rod of God Family Church International Bible Institute.
Where we use God's rod to make a family. That's wild.
Yep.
All right.
Oh, you also have to there also is a fasting and prayer service you have to do whenever you take the class.
I'm gonna say I did that one, but I'm gonna learn so much from these people.
Luckily, as an atheist, I'm able to lie to Christians about fasting, so that's fantastic. Because I used to ritually starve. That's what fasting is, ritually starving yourself. I don't do that anymore. Hard pass.
Same.
One last super chat, and then we'll end the live for the day. And I'll find someone to send you guys off to. Let's see.
Gentleman Viking with the $5. Daltron, are you sure you're gonna be straight while playing Starfield?
I'm gonna be straight while playing Starfield. I mean, I always hook up with Sarah Morgan on Starfield, so yeah. I don't know what you mean, Gentleman Viking. Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Sarah's the blonde one, right?
But yeah, I say what?
Sarah's the blonde one, right?
Yep, I'm a sucker for English accents, Aussie accents, and French accents. I can't help myself.
Trust me, I know because I hooked up with her as well.
Hell,
and married her.
Fun fact: if you marry Andreja first, you can also marry Sarah Morgan, and you can be a little space cult. Anyways,
that's fun.
Anyways, I've tried to romance. Although I have tried to romance Barrett as well because I just like his. I just think he's quite nice. And I don't like Sam at all because I think he's a bad dad. Yeah, that's my hot take. Sam Coe is a bad dad. Shouldn't be taking your fucking kid out with you out on space adventures like that. Bad dad. Anyways,
wait, say that one more time.
Like Sam Coe is a bad dad.
Oh no!
Oh my god, Sammy.
Yes, I have that too. There's hold on.
Hey, yo,
there
what
was.
the fuck?
I should have used that whenever the guy told me that. I should have used that whenever the guy told me that Hitler wasn't. Were y'all here for that? I had a guy tell me that Hitler was not evil.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That Hitler was not evil?
Yeah. Yeah. So let's see.
Now that's a hot take.
Yeah, that's a hot take and a bad one. But allegedly Ian is live right now, everyone. So on TikTok and YouTube, go over to Ian's live. Tell him the Bible guy sent you. And we'll be live again Thursday at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. Lathe of Heaven. Hammy, thank you both for accompanying me on this, the end of our journey. And we'll see you guys again in a couple days. Bye.
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 Born from dust and questioning fire, wielding truth like a sword of desire. Ancient scrolls and cosmic flame, he tears through myth, he breaks the chain. Echoes of prophets, the scars align, knowledge and thunder intertwine. Reason ascends where blind faith fell. He reads the word and he reads it well. The Bible guy, seeker of the light. Through time and fire he rides the night, with reason's blade and wisdom's cry. The world shall hear the Bible guide. his words aflame. He dares to question